Hello, 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 YouTube world. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Hey, 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 hey. This is not a scheduled live, of course. I got to get in where I fit in when my time allows me to. Not saying that I have a lot of time right now, but I wanted to, just chime back in. I know everyone has gone live about the follow up with the uh, uh, touchy feely pastor or the um, in the closet situation. But yeah, I wanted to jump on just to come back from the other day. Of course, I've definitely seen a lot of lives, including the one last night with Jedediah Brown. He has mentioned today that they're going to be talking with another survivor of Apostle Nutt. So we're going to bring that in now. Let me see. We're going to watch it together. See what he's talking about. I know I'm late jumping in. I think he's been live since for about 30 or 40 minutes, I think. So
I would have never known nothing about him. And he ain't right. He ain't right. He ain't right. That glory to God's name, he's been saying that for years. He's been saying it for years, over 15 years. The track record is long, y'all. It's like, okay, he was charging us $500 rent. I appreciate you. It was smooth. we get down to Atlanta, 1960 for a mortgage. That was the first house. We passed that now. I'm sorry, my wife helping me. And she's gonna get on here and say hi in 2 seconds. I didn't think I was gonna cry. But yeah, man. So like I'm just hurt by the whole situation. And all of this happened through TD McNutt, seeing the victims and all that started this last week. If my wife would have never sent me the dang old thing, I wouldn't even been talking about it. You understand? You understand? So that's where we at. Life is literally about the choices that you make. And our prayer is for this live is that literally that people understand you got to speak up. You got to say something. You got to say something to somebody. I ain't tell nobody. Yeah, you got to take accountability, but you got to speak up. You got to say something to somebody. I finally told my wife. My wife didn't know for a couple of years. But like I said, nothing happened. Nothing at all. That's not what the live is about. Nothing happened. It was the fact that you trusted somebody with your not with your life. You trusted. Yeah, we trust someone. You honored that
I
person.
don't know why.
You
It must be his sound that's so
you know
low.
the funny
He's
thing about it,
talking
real quick.
very
I'm gonna
low.
help why people in Georgia be thinking like me and my wife just like acting funny, because my church might watch this too. I go to Total Victory Worship Center, y'all. But and my
Can't
also
hardly hear him.
my other brother, my other second family, Momentum City, that's my brother too. He's on here as well.
And I got
Simmons,
my
my brother,
volume all the way
Simmons,
up,
Simmons, that's
but
my pastor.
you can
Um,
barely hear him.
People be thinking I'm acting real funny in Atlanta. No, I go home. I don't be wanting to deal with no church people. I don't be wanting to do all that. We did that for 10 years. I don't be wanting to gossip about people and talking about people all day, every day. Um, but I'm sorry, I'm reading something. Everybody make sure y'all say the right stuff. Okay. Nobody saying nothing bad. I don't know. Just okay. Okay. But long as everybody say respectful stuff on this live, only because this is my live,
I mean,
and I don't want nobody. This is not for that. This is not to bash nobody. It's not. I promise you. It's about being better and helping a brother, and also people being honest and taking accountability about your lifestyle. If you can't, if you can't handle the calling of where you're at, you
y'all,
need to
I'm
come
gonna
down.
go to his
Come down.
page
Come
because
down for yourself because you're
I'm
messing up other
streaming it
people's
from
lives.
Jedediah's, and
You hurting
I
other
can't
people's
hear
lives. I'm
him.
serious.
So I'm gonna
You
go.
hurting other
I'm gonna
people's
take
lives.
him down.
You hurting other people's lives. And I never
Oh, let
understood.
me see.
Nobody's saying nothing bad. I don't know. Just okay. Okay. But as long as everybody say, when I think about like, I'm like, no, you got to soften up and talk to your kids, but it's hard because you suffering from rejection, and also you suffering from uh what's the word, being disrespected. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff hurts, and you just don't understand it. You just don't understand it. So that's where we at, y'all. That's literally where I wanted to come from today. All the people that's at me and follow me, I promise y'all, I'm not following y'all back, and I'm not even being funny. I don't follow people on Facebook anymore. I don't follow people on no social media. I don't do that stuff. I need my wife to come over here, because she's gonna speak, or she's gonna at least say hi to the camera. Um, it was always prophesied that me and my wife would like save like a lot of couples and things like that. And I'm not saying that we're there yet, but I do believe in the power of love. And this is my wife here who has literally stuck with me. Jasmine, can you please say something? How do you feel? We were talking earlier, but how do you feel about the situation of what's going on with me, and how does it affect you?
I don't want to be in the camera, but they can hear me.
I just wanna,
I said I don't want to be in the
okay,
camera.
she don't want to be in the camera. Okay.
Hey y'all, give me some hearts. Woo, woo, woo. Cause he coming over here trying to get serious and all that. This is not about them folks. Please believe this is not about them. Okay, there's a bigger picture to all of this. May not have come off right now, right? Because this is we let this die a long time ago. But my husband was triggered, and what a better time to totally be free. You know, I'm a praying wife, and I've been praying for a long time, long time, long time. So I've been in the game a long time. Hey everybody, hey. But no, this is definitely not about people in particular, names or anything. This has nothing to do with anything. There's a bigger picture. We're still trying to figure out God in all of this. Not saying we don't know him. We know him. But just really understanding. We grew up together as children. In the church. Y'all know how I was, St. Louis Church on my side. He grew up on the apostolic side. I really don't know what, all of that until I grew up on my side. You can relate, you know. So I'm used to all this type of stuff, I'm used to this. But he wasn't. It's just a lot. And I don't want to get on here because I would really have to write down some stuff. This is not my life, this is his life. But yeah, I've been helping him. I've been pushing him. I could have been left. Like, what? Been left. I did leave. How about that?
We were separated. We were definitely separated.
I did leave. And I was done. So
we were separated. Yep.
But it's a lot. We'll tell our story another time. But we're doing great.
What you
I just wanted to
mean?
clear up. It's
This
not
this
about
was
those
y'all
people,
time to
but those
tell your
people just
story.
happen to
What in
be
the
in our
world?
story.
I'm
Just happened to be in our
confused.
I mean,
story.
you just happen to be a character in the book.
And I still want a conversation.
I don't.
Jasmine doesn't, but I do. I'm a victim of manipulation, control.
He definitely was. Looking back and just all the stuff, and this is not to bash anybody, it's just to point out actual
And it's
facts.
the truth. It's the truth of everything that you're hearing on this live is the truth.
What I'm finna lie for?
100% truth. Like no lies, not no fat, nothing. It's the truth, straight head on. I'm telling y'all. You don't have to question nothing on this live. I'm telling you that. I don't. What am I going to go live for? When have I done this? What am I coming to talk for? But go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this
I just want people. Oh, this is their time to shine. Maybe I've been here almost 6 years in Atlanta. When people decided to go ghost and stop talking to me and my family, and after the service they threw us, that was the end. No, I had to heal on my own. I had to.
You got dropped off. Literally.
Yeah, I still don't know what happened. Fill me in. I don't know what happened. Friends one day, then you're not. But hey, it's all love. It's all love.
We were just wondering what did we do? How did you know what I'm saying? How do we end up in this situation where you were best friends with a person like best friends with somebody, and that's yeah. I'm not hurt about it. When I tell you, I was so nervous when it first started. Oh my God,
He just need me over here. He be trying to think too serious. It's not that deep.
I feel
Church
so much
folk,
better.
y'all deep. I've learned y'all deep. It ain't that deep. It's not that deep. It's real simple, and we make it hard.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yep.
What is she
But
saying? It's not.
yeah, we're
It's
gonna tell
not
our story one
serious.
time. I guess it's really what I needed, because I don't talk. I let y'all come up with what y'all want to come up with, and we roll with that.
Yep. I know it's a lot of people that was, like I said, trying to follow me for
We
the
got
simple.
1.3.
But it was a lot of
Y'all
people.
don't even like my stuff on. Y'all fake, bro.
But what's crazy, the people that followed and thought, I told y'all didn't read. I said that I was a victim through McNutt, and it's the truth, y'all. Like I said, I've been to his house. I've seen him drive with eating fries, and how he drive with the steering wheel, and how he turn his fingers. I'm telling you, it's a sight to see. He's very controlling. It's sad. The boys that was staying with him at that time, I've only been in his living room. That's it. I remember, like, the video where
Keisha.
the video when he went live with the boy. I've been in that house, yes, sir. And when I tell y'all, it just blew my mind because he has been this way for years.
Oh yeah, I had to be okay with the apology. That's baby. They walked past me a few months ago and didn't say nothing. I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's a little more touchy for me, but it's okay. But like I stated, you're talking to a person really not crying out for nothing. No, it's more on the simple fact
this is freeing him, so we can be better.
Yeah, really.
I want so we like you still fighting me. Yep. I'm not the problem.
No,
we good, but we had to understand
Yep.
where stuff stems from.
Yep.
Let's go to the root.
Yep.
Who hurt you?
Yep.
What happened?
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yep.
So how do we get from here?
Yep.
You can send me to hell, but how do I deal with this hurt that the help caused? You the help.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go even deeper into some things I didn't say. I mean, some things was like, okay. Like I said,
yeah, we don't need a conversation. When we talk, we just be talking, you know.
I'll say this last thing in a sense. It's crazy when I was doing my cheating and adultery to my wife, unfortunately, which husbands, you got to be faithful. Like I said, I experienced myself being separated from her, and I was a punk.
I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear him. He's too far away from whatever he's using, whatever device he's using. If it's his phone or his laptop, he's too far away. I can't hear him. I don't know if it's just me, my equipment, or what. And then I guess I must have missed the beginning because I'm confused. Why is they saying they're gonna tell a story? I thought that's what he was coming on today to say, to tell his story. These some weird people that's been connected with this guy. I don't really know what's going on. I think everybody got some hidden agendas or something. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
When we were separated, but going back to when me and Jazz went together and I was committing adultery, the same preacher that was telling me I gotta live by the book and don't do this and you ain't gonna keep on screwing and doing all this stuff, but he secretly want
him to fail.
I'm not calling names. I had to sit in front of the church, not get paid. Well, no, I think they gave me like a couple dollars, but not get paid in a sense. I was silenced in front of the church because I was committing adultery on my wife, right? Same thing like McNutt stood up, the boys, and told them to say this and that. And I'm getting silenced, but when I'm getting silenced, the person that silenced me, the preacher, is inboxing me and 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 texting 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 me. I'm not telling you I no lie. That's it. So I battled with a lot of things. And yes, I do know that this stuff has been going on with the church. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, that's it, guys. I'm digressing. This is not a bashing season. I'm going to do counseling regarding getting over a preacher Being a musician is hard. Musicians, I want y'all to know it's hard playing behind preachers. It is. And I'm not coming for the preachers. My post was literally, if you're a preacher and anybody, you got to try to live as best as intentional for God and be intentional about your lifestyle as possible as you can, especially if you're going to lead other people. I'm tired of going to these churches where, people are, yeah, I get, yeah, you got to preach holiness, but you got to help the people get to holiness. Bashing them is not going to get them to holiness. It's not going to do that. And it's hard to do that when you bashing them, when you're doing the same behavior. And I don't like to get into judging, but like, of course, the Bible says when you have something in your eye, you have a stick in your eye or whatever, and then another person has a needle in their eye. We both got something in our eye. We need help. We both need to work on. Everybody got something to work on. So that's where we at, y'all. But that's why I went live. Like I said, the next phase of this is counseling because like
Hey,
Chantel,
Latte
I never get
sis.
that conversation when you were, and I literally will leave with this because this is the only thing that's in my head. When you were best friends with someone and it just cuts off. I'm talking about when you was locked in friends with somebody and it was just cut off. You move out of town, you run from that person, going away service and all that, you run from that person. It's hard to understand that whole process.
Get closer to the
Okay.
mic, would ya?
I didn't have a job when I came out here. I got a job in the U-Haul on my way to Atlanta, Georgia. I started working at Amazon. That was my first job when I started working in Georgia. This is my story, y'all. This is exactly what happened and how me and my family ended up in Atlanta. So everybody was, congratulations on the house. Congratulations on the house. Y'all remember that? No, I'm being serious. Congratulations on the house. Not knowing that I was running for my life. Jasmine, am I telling a lie? Packed up, truck. Had homies helping me, packed up the truck, running for my life. And people don't even know that they affected my life to the point where I left St. Louis. I have on a St. Louis hat. That's my city. When I started the video, I told you guys where I'm from. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I love my city. I'm a people's person. I love the people in the city. There's a lot of people commenting on here that I love. I just can't respond to the comments. As I'm getting off, that's it. I love y'all. But that's my story, y'all. There's a lot of details in the story, but the gist of the story has been told. While y'all was commenting, congratulations. Like I had a job offer down here or something. I was running for my life. That's my story. That's how I ended up here for the past 6 years. And I don't miss St. Louis whatsoever. I miss the Chinese food. I miss my family. I miss my friends, all of that great stuff. But God put me in a situation to make me a survivor out of being a victim through TD McNutt and a preacher and the preacher's wife. Because I have to add the preacher's wife because the preacher's wife is the one that told me that TD McNutt is the one that told them to try me. That's why I'm going live today. All right. I love everybody. I love all y'all. I am trying my best to get over this situation as best as I possibly can. It's going to happen for sure because I did this. This is just it. I'm writing a book as well of the details of the story. The details of the story. And it has to just be told. You can't be mad at somebody for telling their story. I told my wife the other day, I would never question nobody. If you've been through something and you've been traumatized through that situation, especially in the church, you have a right to tell your story. And people, y'all wrong if y'all don't let nobody tell their story. Y'all wrong. I don't care what y'all say, y'all wrong. But definitely, Atlanta's my home. People stop asking me that. Stop asking me that I moved back to St. Louis. I'm not moving back to St. Louis. Atlanta's my home. I'm doing well here. I love it. God is doing great things down here for me. Okay. St. Louis is my home city, and I'm not afraid to go back. I'm not afraid to see people. I'm not afraid to walk around in no churches, none of that stuff. Because once again, this is not a bashing session. This is I need to be free, and I'm gotten healed from releasing my story to y'all. And that's it. I appreciate everybody for not writing those stupid comments and all that stuff. Thank you for the people who was even like the followers, like y'all. Like my one video had like 12,000 views. Like I don't even care about all that stuff. Like I really don't care about that. told my mama before I got on this line. That's why I was late. I told my mama. She was like, "Should you know?" I'm like, "Yes, that's what I got to do." Because I'm tired of dealing and having anger drift in my house, and it stemmed from something. The root of the thing stemmed through where I was experiencing it from. No lie. So that's it, y'all. That's pretty much it. I pray everyone have a blessed night. It's 10 o'clock here in Atlanta, and I'm going home. I literally wanted to tell my story. I'm doing therapy. That's the next thing I'm working on. Raymond Hannah, I will be hitting you up because the funny thing about it, I had a blank moment and I couldn't think of your name. I kept telling my wife, I'm like, it's somebody in Florida that I can't think of their name. Raymond Hannah, that's my guy. And he knows that Raymond Hannah knows that everything that I'm saying is the 100% truth. Hey, Ma, but that's it. Like I said, real quick, my mom, she was really nervous of me going live. And like I told her, she asked me how old I'm going to be. I'm going to be 37 in May. And I'm tired of dealing with this stuff. I'm tired of dealing with the restraints of being traumatized through what you went through somebody that you was this with, like dynamic duo with, like for real. So that's it. I love y'all. So God, I ask that no backlash come to this, no backlash come to my family, no scrutiny come to my family, no anything come to my family. I have told my story, and I thank you, God, for life, health, and strength. I thank you for allowing us to have access to today. Bless someone that might listen to this live at a later date, because I know somebody gonna share it. Allow them to speak up and not take their time to speak up. Let them know that someone needs you to speak up because it's gonna help you help somebody else. And that's all I pray. In Jesus' name, amen. And last thing I'll say, love everybody. Last thing I'll say, yo, live for God. Like, I'm serious.
For real.
Like for real. Like, I mean, everybody got their own stuff going on, right? And everybody got this life, what God has allowed me to see when I was on the consecration with my church in January. Everybody is responsible. All of us responsible for our own lifestyle. We got to do what God told us to do. So we got to stop judging people. We got to stop worrying about the next person, what they really got on. Got going on. But if somebody has came and crossed the line with you, I went live because the line had been crossed, and I had to let go of that. Okay, and that's literally it. But let's try to live for God as best as possible as you know how to do. I love y'all, man. And keep me in your family of prayers, y'all. I don't care what you hear about me. I've already told you. Yes, I loved women, okay? I'm gone. Bye.
Y'all, I'm just talking away. Ain't bit more had the mic on. But I need to go back and catch the beginning of his live because, and I think he was on like 28 minutes before I, was able to stream the live. But I was totally lost. I'm lost. Like, number one, I don't know if he was on his phone or laptop, but he wasn't, I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. I didn't hear anything that was tangible, that was clear in the air. His wife kept saying, we're going to tell our story. We're going to tell our story. And I'm like, but this is your time to tell your story. I thought that was the purpose of the live today. Did I miss something? Like I said, I know, I've been busy today. I seen a few people live about Jedediah's live yesterday. I was going to try to go live last night, and stream it, but I just be having so much going on like today. But she kept saying, we're going to tell our story. They're more concerned about the comments. Like if you're coming out to clear the air and tell your story, in defense of yourself and for those young men, then don't worry about the comments. That you can't pay attention to that, because you're going to have trolls. You're going to have people from the church probably come into the comments that know that you're going to go live. You're going to have family members that's against what the truth is. So you can't focus on the comments. You just need to just tell your story, release yourself. And I just felt that that's not what happened from what I can see. Now I'm gonna go back later and I'm gonna play the live from the beginning if it's available. But I was totally lost and confused. I don't know. Eminem, did you watch his live from the beginning? If he wasn't ready to tell his full story, then what was the purpose? I thought that was the purpose of him going live. Because if I'm not mistaken, I thought Jedediah was supposed to have been interviewing him, or he was supposed to originally come on Jedediah's panel, if I'm not mistaken. But I guess he chose to go live, and Jedediah just said he would just share it, but he wasn't gonna, go on his platform. So did he tell what did he tell in that? Eminem, do you want to come up? Because I'm confused. I'm lost. Because to me, if we want to be honest, to me, and this is just my opinion, even with the live that Jedediah did last night, it was a lot of inconsistencies with me. I think Nikita is on some bull crap. I'm not taking away that, what happened to her daughter, but she has to take accountability too. And to me, when somebody get heated real quick like that, the way she did, she popped off before them people can even open up their mouth. Like she came on, rowdy bowdy. Like she didn't even take consideration. He didn't tell anything. It seems he's holding back. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't see the beginning of it, but from what I can tell, he didn't tell anything. And I can tell that by the way the wife was talking, like, you're doing this, and there was no seriousness. I don't know if that was just a sign of nervousness, or they were just unprepared, but they knew they were going live before today. So where was the preparation? And then to say that we're going to tell our story, I thought that's what y'all was supposed to been coming on tonight to say. Like, is anybody going to come with the truth and the real deal Holyfield to tell what's really going on in that household, what's really going on with that pastor? Because at this point, we can see it. We ain't Stevie Wonder, we can see it with our naked eyes, that we can see what's really going on and what's happening. Like, I totally agree with what everything Jedediah said yesterday, that man is not living in his truth. He's undercover, and he's, to me, living through those boys. And not only is he living through them for his benefit, like things that he can't purposely do in front of everyone, because he can't live out loud with being a pastor of the church. And I'm sure the community probably knows him to be this Holyfield, God-fearing man, the thank you, hallelujah, Jesus man. So he don't want to come off as a person that is this way. And then, but at the same time, to me, he's presenting them not only the way he will want to present himself, but also as his prop, kind of, sort of, because we all seen in that first video some strange things that was surely my eyes wasn't failing me, and me knowing and seeing it, those type of behaviors and people before, I knew it off rip. The way the little boy, matter of fact, I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but did y'all notice that the little boy was sleeping on pink sheets? He had pink sheets. I noticed the pink sheets. Just his demeanor, his of course his face. The first thing I noticed was the eyebrows. Something just ain't right. And it's not out of the norm that this type of stuff happened in the church community, because there's plenty of DL pastors in the pulpit, as I stated that before, and it's a lot of them that's living in their truth, in the pulpit, so I mean, but it's a little bit different of living in your truth and you're dealing with adults, or being DL and dealing with adults. This is an adult that's being accused with children, so it's a big difference. Yeah. Latte, did you notice I noticed the sheets the first time I saw it. I'm like, why this little boy on some pink sheets? So again, I just feel that there's some grooming going on, if not the touchy-feely things going on, but it's definitely prop going on. Like, he's living through these kids. You know how sometimes you're a parent that didn't have the best upbringing, the best, childhood, because your parents couldn't afford to give you the lavish things, that your friends or the other kids on the block might have had. Your parents might have had to shop and get your Christmas toys, or, get your clothes from the Goodwill. But you always vowed that when you got older and you had kids, that you were gonna do the things for them that you yearned to have coming up, that your parents were not able to do. And that seems to me is what's going on with this guy. Jedediah had also brought out, matter of fact, let's go to Jedediah's live from last night. Hold on. Let's go to Jedediah's live from last night. Because Nakia, like in that first live that he did with Nakia, she said some things that she kind of told on herself. Last night, she kind of told on herself too. Because if you let a person talk long enough, they kind of expose themselves. And to me, I saw that last night with her. And it was this one young lady that came up on the panel. Well, she didn't come up on the panel, but she called in. She was actually, I think, the second to the last person that called in with Jedediah. And when I tell you, she was hitting it on point. And she called Nikita out. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because I thought I was the only one. I was in them comments like, why don't you, because she was so overbearing. People was dogging out the husband and the wife, but what is his advocate? What is his let me see. Hold on. She called it out. She definitely called her out. And I was like, thank you, God, because I thought I was the only one. I was fighting for my dear life in that comments though, because people was defending her and stuff. And I was like, no, she doing a lot, and it's not, it's showing her a little accountability, because she knew what was up with that pastor, and she still let her son go. So yeah, come on now, you got to take accountability too. But everybody that man is in contact with is kind of I don't know, a little strange. Let me present my screen right quick. And I know I'm probably sounding redundant because people had already talked about this earlier. Why is it not oh, stop screen share? I come up and do it. They probably already talked about it, so which is probably why no one is over here, because they heard it already. But like I said, I had planned on doing a part 2 yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to. Let me add him up there. Let's go. If you go back and look in Jedediah's chat, I was in there cutting up. But I was so happy when that lady came.
Because of legal reasons and advice. And then you went on the news. You went on the news a day later, or the same day. Get them to just go on their merry way, because I am given access to the facility that I am in. Maybe given access to the facility, but they sure didn't give me no alarm code. Jesus Christ. And I'm going to be definitely going back and forth between Jesus.
So Latte, when you watched it last night, did you hear the lady at the end that came up and was telling Jedediah that she sent him some information? That's how Jedediah found out that the young boy had been removed from the home. And that's another thing I heard people saying, that the pastor had got arrested and they removed Junior from the home. But no, the pastor never got arrested. People were mistaken from when he was arrested before. He didn't get arrested yesterday. They just removed the little boy. And then I don't even think the young boy is in DCF services protection. He's actually, the mom chose where he can go, and who knows, she probably chose him at one of the Freaky Nuts partner house or something, who knows, you know. And Cameron, I just think Cameron is Stockholm. I think he's been in it a lot longer, and I know I got to watch what I say, and without saying, well, I guess I'm allegedly. I think allegedly that the oldest boy is in a relationship, because he even said it in the video when he was talking about the Pastor Freaky Nuts. He was saying that I thank you, and I wouldn't want to be in another relationship, any other relationship. And I was like, relationship? Did he just say he was in a relationship with this man? Did he just let that slip? Was that a oopsie? Or, because I was like, he just said it. And you can tell that he's been in it longer, because he's more against Cameron. I mean, Junior. And yeah, this stuff is a lot. This is crazy. Lifetime movie, okay, Tubi movie or something. He hasn't gotten arrested recently, but was removed and chose. I thought they said the mother chose where Junior went. I thought they said the mother chose where but it's just, I don't know, it's just, all this is just, everybody that to me has come out and spoke. The two that was on the live, the one that he had on there in the beginning, that was supposed to be Cameron's auntie and her husband, Nikita. It's just something about I don't care what nobody say. Nikita might be, and you know what else I caught on what Nikita said too? When she said, I just want to thank my son. He's happy that I'm defending him. Like, wasn't you defending him before? See, that's why I'm saying you got to listen to people. And when they continue to talk and just be going and going and going, they eventually say what they didn't mean to say. Because I'm saying, so your son he's smiling because he's happy I'm defending him. Like, so what, you wasn't defending him before? What did we miss? So that's why I say, and then another weird thing, Latte, you tell me, is this strange to you too? Why? So did TD Nutt church always been where it is? Because you got people from Chicago, you got people from St. Louis, you got people from Atlanta, you got all these people that's involved with this man, but they don't even live where his church is. So is his church one place and he lives somewhere else? I don't know. That's another thing that was confusing to me too. But let's play Jedediah. Jedediah got
And
irritated last night too.
Jesus is the African way of saying it. Because boy, I'll tell you about this particular case here. I've solved murders quicker than I've been able to deal with this situation with McNutt.
Because it's
we
confusing.
Are definitely not, or it was not in our intention to make this as long as it is. It is more complex than I imagined that it would be. And to the point that now we are on a 6th part. Isn't that absolutely insane? We are on a 6th part, and we are so far away from the conclusion and the goal. It is what it is. Tonight is going to be, hold on one second, y'all, because I'm trying to make sure that they don't come in here acting crazy with me. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Okay. Trying to make sure they don't act crazy with me. Give me one second.
And most church people, like church ministers and pastors and all that stuff, they get out in the community and stuff. They're real known in the community. They're real known in the state that they're in, because and that to me allows them to go in these outreaches, like shelters or group homes that, or somewhere where usually boys, because that's usually what it is, boys have lack of structure and love from their fathers and stuff. Those are the kids that's easily to get captured. You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking for and they like to get, like I said before, single parents that the father is not in the kid's life and they don't know what to do with the kids, and they looking for mentorship from someone, and usually the church is the first place people go, and that's how they lose their children, and their children get caught up in the predator's hand. But he's not in Atlanta, though, I don't think, right, Latte? Ain't his church somewhere else, like Florida or something? This stuff is like, whoo. I think after today, I'm just going to watch, because my head is spinning, because everybody that's coming out claiming that they had some type of dealings with this man, it still leaves you more confused than you was before they start talking. Like nobody is trying to save the kids. Like hashtag save the boys. Cause at this point, like the adults is like, I don't know, they out there. And to me, every adult has failed these children, including Nikita, and also yeah, I just think they all failed them at this point. To me, everybody. Because if Cameron got a dad, I know his dad served some time or whatever, but I think the dad is home now, right, Latte? So why is, even though Cameron is grown now, but why is Cameron still with this man? Or is it Junior's dad that was in jail? I can't remember. I don't know if I wouldn't say so much as they scared. What, they scared of him? Are they scared of losing the money? What happened? Did I go somewhere else?
Be some kind of reporting, and he thanks WPBF 25 News.
What happened? Oh, Lord. Hold on. I think I know what happened.
He thanks them. He thanks them for what I would assume to be giving him somewhat of a interview where he'll get to sit down and talk with a reporter. And I don't know if Mr. McNutt know anything about the news, but they're only going to do very small sound bites and snippets, and that is not going to stop what's going on online. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and you know, people do whatever they want to do. They do what they think is best. But this is where I'm genuinely concerned about. I mean, not concerned about, but I'm confused about. I told y'all that I met with this man. I've talked to this man. He said that he didn't want to go public because of legal reasons and advice. And then you went on the news.
Because he knew Jedediah was going to eat him
on
up.
The news a day later.
The news ain't going to ask
the same right day. The man literally said, no. Yesterday was, wait. That was this
the
morning.
News not going to ask the right question.
Y'all, my days are kind of crossing, my eyes are crossing. But he literally told me he didn't want to be making public statements because of legal issues and because of advice. And then you on the news. But I will take this as a shot. Show being here to ask. He did say in his post, he said, set high standards, sovereign rule. Set high standards, sovereign rules. So the news going, like I said, do a sound bite. They're going to probably ask a couple questions. They're going to give it to him, and then it's over. He should have not told me he didn't want to go public and then go on the news, because now I'm on his ass even more. So I'm not in competition. I'm not jealous. I'm not thinking that he took a shot at me. It's a low standard. But McNutt, fuck you then. No, but I ain't gonna be like that. He has been responsive. We have been communicative. Give me 1 second, one more second, y'all. People finna get mad at me already. Would you come on and tell us some stuff? Let me see, because I need to make sure. Okay, got it. All right, y'all. In a moment, we're going to, and the reason why I thought I was ready, but we got a green light, but now I have to wait, because before I get into the update and talk about the things that I want to talk about concerning this case, we have another guest that is going to come on. We have to take a pause, and there's going to be another guest associated with this kind of sort of loosely. They want to come on, and that shows he is not a man of his word. I don't trust anybody with the name McNutt. On my mama, I would have been like, please change my name.
Perfect name, right?
So while I'm waiting on them, because I cannot move into
name.
all of the things that I need to want to move into until I get past this first part. And I do apologize because again, I thought we were ready, but we are not. That's another reason why my intro is so long, and I ain't shortening it because
that man, this has got to be a movie, because how ironic that man's last name is Nutt. How ironic. So perfect name, perfect. What did I title my thing? Mr. Freaky Nut. Well, I don't even have it in front of me now, but I think that's what I named my title. Perfect. But Jed was a little, Jed was like frustrated a little bit last night. Because Nikita took over his live. She was just screaming and hollering and yelling and cursing, and people studied telling her you can't do that. And, I mean, she just took over the live to me, and it was unnecessary to me. I think it was a cover up for something, because they had called her in her lie. You already saw where they were brainwashed for whatever coke vibe or something. So you had to overlook them. But why was she so irritated? Why was she so belligerent? Why was she doing all that? It was just something about it. Then come on there talking about selling some class. Girl, this ain't the time for no. I'm telling you, these people doing weird stuff. She on here trying to sell some classes, trying to get her money up. But you just said you made $2.something million. Like what? I was done after that. So when that lady came up and spoke, I was like, bingo.
On point and on focus, y'all. Again, please bear with me. I'm sorry, y'all. This really ain't my fault. I'm waiting on some stuff. The next thing is, this is the court of public opinion. I'm the host. So I got my gavel.
Yep.
Inspired by Kaya. If I'm on here and I see things start going a little crazy, or if I want to get a little crazy, this normally brings order. I'm just talking to you for a moment. Please bear with me. This normally brings order, but on this show, this motherfucker brings order and chaos. If I hit this, either a point is being made or we finna talk some shit. I also have other screens in front of me in case we got kids or other people coming on.
Jedediah is a character, okay? A character.
I deal with cases all the time. If the gavel come out, so when the guests come on, we want to be respectful. We want to be nice. But if the gavel come out, order and chaos.
And he still didn't work for Nikita. Nikita wasn't paying attention to that gavel. She wasn't paying attention to Jedediah saying, wait, hold on, wait. She wasn't paying attention to none of that. It was just something weird about her. The first one she spoke on, I was like, my heart went out for her and stuff, but it was something about last night just did not sit right with me. Because she was just as guilty to me as the ones that she said was guilty. She didn't take no accountability with her, the part that she played. And I don't care what nobody say. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Are you guys almost ready? Because
she was focusing on the doggone comments. Like, girl, tell your story. Stay out the comments. Stay focused. Pay attention to the task at hand. Like, they be killing me with that. That's my title, Latte. That's what he is, freaking nut. So we're going to skip to Jedediah bringing up the guests. So let's see where it's at. Okay, I think this is where he brought him up at right here.
I ain't got the cloud check. People still say that I have to start in this. So I'm gonna try to make sure that it doesn't get crazy in there, but we're gonna all move together. You're gonna get my update for today at part 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, the parents of one of Cameron's cousins, who also supposed to have been handled by him in some sort of way, Cameron, and I see a guy, Crystal, and sir, what's your name?
Chris.
Crystal and Chris. Awesome. Y'all look like y'all, okay, young couple. Y'all look like, the people tell y'all kind of look like each other a little bit. Yeah, y'all spending too much motherfucking time together, but y'all, you know, you should do that as a couple. Happy belated Valentine's Day. So you all wanted to come on, you wanted to speak. I'm not trying to make this a joke. You got the floor. What is it that you want to say?
First off, thanks for having us on. Forgive me because I've lost my voice. So Chris is gonna do most of the talking. But I'm Cameron's auntie.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm kind of amped up. I had to keep myself up, but maybe he want to let you drink the water and not him.
Yeah.
How you drinking the water and she sound like
Jay is a fool, because I'm telling you, I was like, girl, go get some tea, gargle your mouth with some salt and water or something, because what was the point of her talking? You couldn't understand her, you couldn't hear her, and then even both of them, she was just worse. But both of them was horses all get out. Like, go drink some water, drink some tea, gargle your mouth or something. You know, like, what in the world? They were annoying. Listening to them was annoying. And then Nikita just sent me to the roof. I was just like, ugh. Wasn't like the first live at all, but it was just something about it, y'all. It was something. And usually I'm kind of good with character with people, and it was just something about everybody that has come out so far. Where's the real victim? Cameron Jr., we know they victims, allegedly. Where are the real victims? We want to hear the real story. We need somebody to come out here and tell the truth that freaking Nutt is a nudie nut. Okay, we want to hear the truth that he part of the community, the alphabet. He part of that community, and we need somebody to tell us the truth. The only thing I saw what the guy in this Facebook live said, the way he drives the car, you know, with his hand, you know. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all this story, how you can kind of tell people. My family and I had a god brother. His name was Pancho. Pancho was part of the alphabet community, right? And we're talking back in the 60s, 70s, right? He was part of the community. When I tell you, I never saw guy on that side that was so, I used to be so fascinated with him, because when I tell you, he used to remind me of Prince. His hair was always in place. He was dressed to the T. He wore the high heel boots and just like Prince. Like, he was tiny and short, just like Prince, everything. But when I tell you, he was one of them ones that didn't bite his tongue. He would tell you like the T.I. is. One day I took, and this was a little bit before Pancho passed away. I want to say it probably was like in the early 90s. We went to church. Was it the early 90s? Yeah, it had to be the early 90s because Sade was born in the 90s. But I took him to church with me one Sunday. We in the church, we sitting probably third row from the front. Church singing, you know, everybody's in the pulpit. Pancho went to whispering to me. He said, "Ooh, you got a lot of flam ones up in here." I said, "Yeah, it's a few of them, you know, few of them." He went to pointing them out, y'all. He started pointing people. He started pointing like him, kind of like Grace Jones did in Boomerang. when she started pointing out people, my brother, and he started pointing them out like that one. He was in the pulpit pointing, he was in the choir stand. And matter of fact, it was about 5 of the people in the congregation that I knew personally that was, you know, he was friends with him. Like he was like, hey, what's up, you know? But he was pointing. I said, bro, that is not that. No, they not. He said, sis, baby sister. Yes, they are. He said, I know my people. And it's no different with this man right here. You know, Jedediah know it. He knows it. He knew it from day one when he saw him. That man wasn't living in his truth. Why? Because Jedediah has been around those people. He parties with them because himself, and he said it in the live that he's bisexual. So he's come in contact with people, you know, that's full blown, you know, alphabet. So he can see it. So we see it. I see it. You know, that's how I was able to pick up on them little kids like that. I knew it. So yeah, but yeah, let's go back to Jedediah crazy self.
So this is Cameron's auntie. I've been, you know, I've known the family for years. So I've known Cameron for about 12 years. A lot of things that have been said in regards to Cameron, his character, the things that have transpired prior to whatever came out, has not been all the way accurate. And I feel like we feel like it's important to actually, you know, protect and speak to the person that Cameron is. And we don't want people to get things misconstrued. This is not trying to protect any sexual assaults or anything like that. This is literally trying to present the actual factuals and to stick up for this young man whose name has been dragged through the mud.
They should have postponed this interview because they sound horrible.
So as far as Cameron doing a sexual assault on his sister or his cousin, that situation is completely misconstrued. The situations that occurred happened at separate times. It was reported years later, and it's been basically said that, you know, Cam was the person that initiated all this, or he was, you know, the aggressor or the molester, when it really was cousins being kids experimenting with each other. You know, cousins kissing cousins type of thing, where you tell, and you have to let them know, like, hey, that's not, you know, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You know, it wasn't a thing where they're like, oh, Cam inappropriately touched me and I didn't want, or I didn't participate.
Kids got talked to.
All the kids got talked to in the same regard. Okay. When Nia went to school, right? She talked to a counselor about what happened.
This is years later.
This is
2 years later.
2 years later, she talked to a school counselor. The school counselor is who decided to call the authorities. Okay. When the school counselor called the authorities, there was an investigation done by DCFS. They decided that it was not worth pursuing anything. They closed the case. No charges, nothing. How they came to the conclusion is because they were all doing it together.
So you're saying when the police report that was made about this was that there was an investigation, and they said that was not worth pursuing because they all admitted that this was kind of sort of an agreed thing.
All the kids had to be interviewed.
Yes, all the kids have to be interviewed
Separately.
So you're
separately.
Going, so you're
away
going
from parents.
So you're saying that the testimony of yesterday is not factual. So did the young lady who was on the screen yesterday, did she corroborate that this was consensual?
She the one that had said something. She did walk in and catch Cam. She did walk in and catch Cam with Nia, and they got in trouble, and that was spoken of. But as far as her calling the police, no. My daughter and Nia had been talking about it at the birthday party. This was years later. Nia then, because they resurfaced, and they were just talking about it. Not my daughter was complaining. My daughter came and talked to me, and she said, that's not how it happened. That's not, we were just talking about what we used to do. Nia decided, though, that she was going to go tell the counselor about it. Now, why? I don't know. She didn't feel like she had been sexually assaulted. But my daughter didn't feel like she had been sexually assaulted. But why Nia chose to say that my daughter had been sexually assaulted by Cam, it was a whole big mess. We never understood it.
Do you all know Ms. McNutt?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we've met. Yes, we've met.
We've met him recently, but we don't personally know him like that.
Like, we don't attend the church. And, you know, when we went down for Cam's graduation is when we met Dr. McNutt. And, you know, we met Junior. We met Junior's mother. We were all down there as a family. We were down there with Cameron's dad and Cameron's mom celebrating Cameron.
So let me make sure that this is clear. So you're saying that your daughter is saying that this is something that they did and you all disciplined them for that, but it wasn't a taking advantage of your daughter's situation.
Exactly.
They were playing house. We're talking about 8-year-old and 11-year-olds.
And you are Craig Johnson's family.
I'm his sister.
You're his sister. Craig Johnson, who obviously is not our focus. Cameron was not our focus.
Exactly.
But he kind of sort of attacked us or me in the comments, and then all of this kind of came out of that.
It kind of blew up from that, yeah.
And then people chose to take it as an opportunity to kind of get some clout, be seen, get stories, get money. And we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let them you're not going to have this going on with Cam. We're not going to take his name away and shine this bad light on him because he's not like that. That's not this kid. This kid's a great kid.
But you don't intend to discredit the testimony of the young girl that was on the screen yesterday. She said she feels that it was not agreed, but your daughter said it was. That's two different things, but you're not discrediting her statement.
That's her statement. But as far as when talking to Cam and talking to my daughter said they was playing house.
And as far as the GCFS case, they didn't find it that Cam was the aggressor. You got to understand that these kids, Nia and Cam, they're the same age.
Okay.
So he didn't.
Now, have you all had any conversation with Mr. McNutt since this thing has gone where it's gone? Out of curiosity.
No, I haven't spoken to him.
I'm talking to Ray now. I'm talking to Cameron's mom.
Okay. Well, I am. Let me tell you what I won't do, and what I hope the public won't do, and that's try to tell you what your truth is. And so, if you all are saying that Cameron did not inappropriately interact with your child outside of them being kids and making a bad decision, and you scold them, then we have to take that for what it is. But hearing the young lady yesterday, do you think that there's a possibility that there may be an issue where he may have needed to get some help?
No.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say?
Furthermore, Cameron moving down to Florida, he has become the man the young man we hoped that he would be, that we saw that he could be. Cam is a gentle soul. He's only gone down there and blossomed. He went down there, he was shell, he was a soft-spoken kid. He's gone out there and just become so bright. He had a problem speaking when he was born. He was born with a speech impediment. So how he speaks now is because he learned to talk more proper. He had to do that. And he sounds great from where he was. So when people say that they think it's something on him, no. He just talks that way because he has to. That's how he talks. This is no signs of an abused child. Abused children don't go somewhere and then do and excel so much better and become this open person and connect with people and got better grades and shining. So the light that they're trying to shine on him, we can't do that. We're not going to do that.
And then we want to remind.
She's just a typical family member who's up under the spell, who's definitely defending Mr. Freaknut. Mr. Freaky Nut. Would you say, Latte? But Prince was a freak and like, yeah, he was. Yeah, you know, he loved him some women, but my god brother, he didn't. You know, he was strictly, you know, he was ill, you know, in the community. And but he was pointing them folks out, baby. And he was pointing out people. I was like, no way. He was like, yay way, okay? Yay. Sorry, sister, but yeah. Your friend. So they know how to spot them. They know they're people. I'm telling you. They know they people. They can spot them out of a crowd. They can spot them anywhere. They know they people. Because they know their aura, their demeanor, they know a certain way. And most saucy type men, to me, you just watch their stand. They have a certain stand. They hand gestures. Like, I don't care how manly they try to portray. You watch the hand, the wrists, the way they hold their arms and their hands, and kind of they stand, and definitely the lips. The lips are a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. It's no different. I don't care how pretty the trainee people are. No, I don't care how pretty they are. You can tell them when they talk or kind of the way they move too. But they always overdo us. We as females don't do what they do. Like, we don't have to overly, you know what I'm saying, overdo being us. They do. They always overdo us. And I ain't got nothing against them, but that's what they do. And that's how you can tell them. Oh, let me go back to Jedediah.
People that this happened with the thing that happened with Kim and his cousin and sister happened. He was 11. It came out when he was 13.
He moved when he was 16.
When he was 16, he moved to Florida when he was 16. So the timeline of acting like things happen back to back to back, like one thing happened because of another, it's not even the case. Cam did not move out to Florida because he had a sexual deviant problem, or he was touching people, or he needed counseling. Molesting. That didn't happen.
So you're saying that the timeline, so the reason why he's with McNutt, you're saying, is not the way that it's been presented.
No.
So basically it's been presented that he has had some issues, some of them of sexual nature, and he had to go out there because he needed a male mentor who can get him on the right track. You're saying that that's not?
No. The problem is that as Black men, as Black young men, we don't want to lose these men to the streets, right? So once Raynell saw Cam going in a way that was behaviorally like, not doing the right thing, not getting the best grades, yeah, she saw a great opportunity with Dr. McNutt.
Send him
Let
to
me ask
boot
you
camp.
a separate question. How's your relationship with Nikita?
What relationship?
Which is interesting that she's speaking on the family. She's not really a part of the family at all. And it has nothing to do with the sexual assault case. She didn't call the police. So she said she did, and that's why we don't talk to her. It has nothing to do with that. The reason with that is their own personal issues in her and my brother's relationship.
Do you think that your brother was abusive?
No. We firsthand have witnessed a lot. I've had to call the police before. I've had to get in and defend her from trying to be on my mother and thinking she's gonna get tough with my mother. At 19, I was 19, and I had to step up, and she could care less. It's not.
So
The situation is strange.
But why, if I may ask you, if you even know, but why would your brother allow Cameron need to be a role model to be McNutt and not him? Do you have
Amen, Jedediah?
Well, as was originally explained by Raynell, Craig didn't originally agree with Cameron going down there. It's something that he had to get on board with. It's something that he had to see as a great opportunity,
And understand that Cam really needed a different environment, something other than where he's at now in this town.
Okay. Well, I definitely don't have any skin in the game of trying to make anybody look like anything they aren't. And you guys give a variable, but I do need you all to understand that in the interest of justice and fairness, you're kind of refuting Nikita. So I have to allow her to come on and respond to this, right? We know that. So we're gonna just
our whole thing is to
Latte, if you still in here, answer this question for me. How did all these people, well, how did Cameron's family meet Freaking Nutt? How did they meet? Because if they came from Chicago to where he is, was they a member online or something and reached out to him? How did he even get to be in his presence? Because it seemed, I'm trying to remember. It's so much. I'm trying to remember. Is Cameron bloodly related to him? I know Junior is not bloodly related to him because that's his mom that was in the video. But is Cameron blood related to Freaky Nutt? That's what I want to know. Cameron met them based on mentorship. I think that's what they said. No, Cameron is not related. But how though, when he's so far away? They are from Chicago. These two right here live in Chicago. Cameron's dad lives in Chicago, is from Chicago. Did he move to Florida or something? Did they move to Florida? I'm confused. Because it appears to me that nobody lives in the same state. Everybody is from a different state, but everybody is connected to this one man. Like, was he traveling, picking up people? Was he searching Facebook statuses and pulling up DCFS records or something, seeing trouble home kids or something? What? How did everybody get connected with this one man? This one common denominator. I've never heard them say that he was in Illinois. Because I know he's not from Illinois, because I Googled him. He's not in Illinois. His church is not in Illinois, nor did he have any ties with a church in Illinois. Most of his mugshots were Illinois. When I Googled him, it didn't because I Googled was he from Illinois? Was his church based in Illinois? And it said no. So I'm gonna have to ask around some of my pastor friends or my church people, because I've never heard of him ever. Never heard of him. And I'm in Illinois. And I was in Atlanta. Atlanta, was home for Sade. So I've never heard of Pastor Nutt. Never heard that name before. And what is his religion? What is their religion? Is he Pentecostal or apostolic or Baptist? What is their religion? They don't seem Baptist now. I don't think they Baptist. Trevor's also is his first name. Yeah, I know. He's going by the first name and title, initial and middle. Yeah, I know his whole name. Yeah. Well, they definitely ain't no. Well, I can't say all Baptist pastors are not weird, but this whole thing seems more of, how some religions be like, kind of like that Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry showed the ruthless people. This kind of stuff. Like, look at them. Look at what they dressed in. Just the hair and everybody seemed like they kind of like the ruthless people. Like a cult vibe, something, some type of weird leadership. Because at the end of the day, they all failed their kids. Nikita being one of them. I don't care what nobody says. She is not telling the truth. She's not telling everything, and she's not taking accountability. And she definitely didn't take accountability last night. She kept putting it off on them. And old boy bust her out. He said, well, if you don't know me, why I got messages from you? Why I got Facebook messages and stuff from you if you don't know me? So that's why I say when people talk enough, they eventually tell on themselves. Yeah, Latte, I'm telling you, don't it appear like that? They even look like those people. I know I might be sounding weird or crazy, but they kind of look like them people from Ruthless. Look what she got on. I don't know, y'all. I'm crazy. I'm just playing. Hold on.
Make sure that Cam is not seen in this bad light,
And that this is about finding out what's going on with Junior, making sure Junior's okay.
So we're going to try to get down to, I guess, the facts of this, but I'm asking that we all try to remain respectful to each other, and we won't be on here long because I got a ton of stuff to cover, and there are other people who are supposed to come on, but we're going to bring back Nikita, who is now on the screen as well. How you doing, Nikita?
Hi, how are you?
So obviously these are Cameron's cousin's parent. You are his sister's mother. They're saying that Cameron, obviously, I don't know if you were listening at all, but they're saying you was not. So they're saying that Cameron did not inappropriately or was not a predator in the situation that was described for their daughter, and it kind of sort of refused.
Yeah, yes, he was.
That's not what Callie said. It's not what the DCF person.
I don't know you.
That's not what DCF person reported either.
From all the kids.
If we could be respectful of each other, I would really appreciate it. So, Nikita, you wanted to say something?
Yes, absolutely. So yes, Cameron did touch on, and he also admitted himself in church, okay, that he touched on my daughter as well as his cousin, and that he wanted to apologize to the cousin because he hadn't apologized to Callie as of yet. So he, out of his own mouth in church, which is actually recorded on live with Transformation Empowerment Worship Center. This was actually last year that he was on live and admitted that he did touch her and molested her.
Well, Callie admitted that she touched him too.
I don't know you.
So were they experimenting, or was he being a predator?
He didn't make her touch him.
And
what was the big deal? Why she kept saying, I don't know you, girl, that don't matter. That's his wife. He's telling, obviously he knows what's going on. Why does it matter if he knows you or not? He's telling his truth, just like you telling your truth. Why is it such a big deal that you don't know him? But if that's the mother, sister, her daughter's auntie, basically, because her nephew is related to his brother with Nakia's son. This shit is confusing. Son, then he knows something because he's in a relationship with the auntie, and you know the auntie because she's related to your daughter. So what does it matter, girl? I'm pointing at the screen. What does it matter that you don't know him and he don't know you? He know of you and you know of him. Like, girl, stop it. Get it together, Nikita. You just screwed up your first original interview with Jedediah because people was feeling bad for you and your daughter, and they were doing. Now you looking a mess. A mess. I don't believe you. I don't trust you either.
What got it to do with they were playing house?
And your daughter was touching too.
Boom.
She was a victim, and you guys weren't there at all whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I don't know you, the male, so you just came in the picture.
You don't know me, but you've texted me over the years. You've texted me over the years.
Over the years? How? Where? When?
You've texted me over the years.
Where?
But
this ain't
about us. This ain't about
this isn't about our family thing. This is supposed to be about Junior and McNutt. It wasn't even supposed to be about Cameron.
Okay. So
because
now,
she is the female that don't take care of her daughter is for the reasons why this happened in the first place at her mama house. So
how do you know that she doesn't take care of her daughter? You're not here. You're not around. You're not around. You don't even be in the family, right? You don't know me, right? I've been around for how long? How many years?
We've been married for 23 years. You just came in the picture.
12 years, girl.
I've been here for 12 years.
Okay, so guys, ladies, please hold on one second. But I think that it's important that I be clear here that obviously there is disagreement, and you all have something that's going on in your house. You have your version, and then you have one that's different. I don't even know if that's what we try in the court of public opinion. I think that what we figure out, again, while we're here is because of Junior. We're trying to figure out the effect of Mr. McNutt. And you all obviously are saying two different things. And I don't think that either one could conclusively say either side is lying because y'all clearly don't live together. Is that fair?
Right. And none of us can speak on Junior and McNutt because none of us are there. None of us know them like that. And none of us have heard anything. She only knows what she has seen. We only know what we have heard. So when it comes down,
Okay, Latte sis, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. I don't know if you heard me before, but I think I had myself muted. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for always hanging with me and giving me your feedback and giving me new input on what's going on, because this stuff is confusing. Like, it's so much got your brain all over the place. But I'm going to let this play a little bit more. And for those that might not have seen it, but I'm sure everybody have seen it already because You know, I'm still part of the sector, and so many other content creators, I'm sure, has already covered this. So they probably already seen this video. I'm just giving my opinion on my perspective that I saw within Nikita yesterday. And she kind of rubbed me a little different last night. So I just wanted to give my opinion about it. And I wanted to really hear what the other guy had to say, which he didn't say much. So I just think it's all weird. Everybody that's coming out hasn't proved anything. They haven't saved the boys, in my opinion. So yeah, none of them, the boys ain't being saved because of them. I think they're being saved because of the outrage when it comes to the world and everybody. So it definitely didn't come from these people that's been speaking.
Why would that be the perception of Nikita's child?
I would have no idea why that's the perception of Nikita's child. My daughter said that the story that she gave me of her and Nia talking was just them talking about what used to happen. It wasn't my daughter saying that she felt away or felt violated. It wasn't Nia saying that, oh, you got sexually assaulted or you were violated or I was violated. It wasn't in that nature. It was just recalling what we used to do.
On top of that, multiple adults in the family, multiple adults in the family pulled Callie to the side and talked to her, and Callie admitted her role in it.
He said, because all of them whooped her ass and yelled at her. And then on top of that,
who got whooped? Who got whooped?
Because Callie got in trouble from all of their ass. I'm not talking to you, boy. So don't talk to me. I don't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking to Callie.
We didn't whoop Callie. Callie didn't get whooped. We didn't whoop Callie.
I'm talking to Crystal, boy. I'm not talking to you. Okay? You don't even know me.
You're disrespectful. Hold on. If you don't know me, why have you messaged me? Why have you texted me? Why have you messaged me on Facebook? What are you talking about? I got messages and receipts of you texting me.
Very Crystal, and stop making her.
Disrespectful.
Go read a motherfucking book and help your daughter.
So disrespectful.
My daughter's doing great.
So disrespectful.
Nikita, please hear me. Now, this is what I'm begging of you.
Yeah, she's so condescending. She being so condescending for no reason. Like, that's because she hadn't told the
guys
truth.
Don't have to, y'all don't have to go with each other at the end of the day. I think that we got this one understanding. You now both have a different account. But it doesn't mean that either side.
I think Nikita knows that she wasn't 100% right in this whole situation, because not only is she being condescending and being loud and obnoxious, she calling that grown man a boy. Okay, I mean, come on now, you grown and you calling this grown man a boy. Then she knew the situation with freaking Nutt, and she still let her child go. Talking about that's why she was watching. No, like, come on, stand up and take responsibility. You ain't right.
It's lying because you are all going on what things you were told by your children.
Yes.
Crystal side of this, has your child been in interaction with Apostle McNutt at all?
Only when we went down for the graduation.
When you went down for graduation, when you met with Cameron while he was there, you believe that this was good for him?
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't see anything that was like questionable, or as far as how he's being, how they are, how they're living, how they've been treated,
how he's flourishing, where his head is, what he's focused on was all great.
She had no fucking
You, hindsight 2020, with all of this that has come out online, do you still believe that to be the case?
That's not for us to judge. We only could go by what we experienced with them. We weren't there even enough to experience anything.
The question
No.
of
Did it seem like Cameron was in danger? No, it did not.
Did it seem like Junior was in danger? No. Now, Junior interacted with my daughter a lot, and they had fun. They had a blast, and she liked to talk to Junior. She didn't say anything about feeling any kind of way about him or worried or anything.
Okay. Nikita,
Yes,
you feel differently.
I do. I saw differently. I
You
witnessed.
there's something that I need clarity on. You went to his church for how long?
So I went for the first time I went to his church, it was about 2 to 3 weeks that I was there. And then the second time, it was no longer than 2 or 3 weeks. So I wasn't at the church long. And then I was there virtually or online. So I saw everything online that he did in front of the members that didn't say anything.
But you never physically was a member at their church physically.
Physically, no, not in person.
Okay.
No.
And
we physically went to a church service there.
You did?
Nobody asked
Yes.
anything.
Yep, and we saw Cameron's ordination, right? It's ordination.
Okay, but that's like a service. You went to a service.
That's the service.
Yeah.
Okay. Neither one of you all have spent an extensive amount of time with his church.
No.
Nikita is saying that she went to his church virtually after her son came and told her some things, and so she was watching for that stuff. The first time you went there, why were you there, Nikita?
So the first time I was there, because I was watching Cameron, the people were treating or humiliating him on live, talking about him. He has a speech impediment. So TD McNutt would put him on live and talk about him in front of everybody on the live. And so I would share that with his dad. Hey, look, pay attention to what's going on here. But he would brush it off. The mother didn't care either. So, I just continued to watch and pray. That's the only thing that I could do for him because I couldn't do anything else.
Is this
But
was this at the time when you were in a relationship with his dad, or you guys just in communication?
We was in a relationship, but we were separated. Been separated for 9 years, but we were back and forth. Listen, y'all need to stop acting like kids, okay? Need to read a book, okay? It's Black History Month.
You're the one. Yeah, just say what you got to say.
I know, because you guys.
Why the animosity between the two of you? I don't get it.
Right, he don't know me. Is the whole thing. Now,
If I don't know you, then why have you messaged me on Facebook and text me?
Oh, can you guys?
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I get an understanding of that? Why the animosity?
Deal with this over there.
Because this is the kind of thing she created, and this is something she would have typically do.
You both have children that people are overall trying to figure out if they are okay or not. So
right, and that should be the focus.
So why are you all into it? What is the issue right here? It don't really make sense to me. Why are y'all mad at it?
We're all here to make sure that it's about the kids and that the kids are being protected. As far as this ain't about Cam. It's not about being shining on Cam or what he has done. He had nothing to do with this. So I feel like nobody should have been able to come take an opportunity to then go through that door. And now we are going off the rails from our focus of the real point. For what?
Okay.
Drink some down.
Right. The public would start coming out and saying that, they thought Cameron had something to do with, any type of assault or anything like that. And at that point, they took an opportunity to try to say, he is. Look what he did over here. But DCFS did their report and they closed the case and there was nothing else found further. Nothing happened of it. And if Cam was such a predator, wouldn't he have gotten in trouble?
But there had been something more.
Your daughter was molested and you didn't get no help.
She didn't get molested if she actually joined in on it. You can't get molested if you actually are participating in on it. It doesn't make sense.
They were kids being
They were kids being kids. They were kids being kids.
Drive back and forth. You a bird brain. Ain't nobody want to marry you. Get
Okay.
married.
What does it have to do with the kids?
Exactly. And this is what we didn't want to happen, because this has nothing to do with the kids.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with the kids. Like I said.
Now, if she don't know him and all that, and obviously she hadn't been around this young lady in a while, how she know don't nobody want to marry? See, she all off track talking about something. Calm down. Like, you talking about something you probably don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm not in offense of them either, because I feel that they're coat-minded. Obviously, they're probably being paid. They're, defending, Freaky Nutt, Pastor Freaky Nutt, and they have some type of special ties or relationship with him. So, of course, they're going to defend him. And they're not going to come in defense of their children or child, nephew, cousin, whoever, because of their relationship with Freaky Nutt. But this one, Nikita, I think Nikita is, she's on some anger stuff, whether it's with her ex-husband, Freaky Nutt, and whoever else tied in with him. But she has to take accountability too. But stop, deflecting on, why you talking about them? Not one time have I heard her bash Freaky Nutt yet. I ain't heard her call him one thing, childish, freaky, LBGQ, nothing. She hasn't said anything, but she's studied badgering these people. Like, girl. And she talking about read a book. You done use so much profanity in this live that tells your level of education, because you ain't using nothing but profanity. And they Jedediah and said, calm down and chill out. And she studied using profanity. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just reading more into it.
I'm trying to protect the fact that Callie came out and said that
I know that y'all are not loud in this gavel. I'm gonna have to cut this because y'all breaking my heart. We got to get to a goal. So I've asked the question and I got a good feel. And the question was, and I understand what you're saying. And let's be clear, I have not talked to you all before today, correct?
Correct.
I'm just getting this is our conversation, so I'm hearing you. I'm not like the internet. I want the truth. I don't want what feels good. You don't feel that your child was molested by Cameron. You are his father's sister. You are her significant other, and you all feel that McNutt is not the guy he's being painted to be. Did I get that correct?
We believe my daughter. I don't feel like my daughter was molested. She doesn't feel she was molested.
I don't like how people are painting Cam to be.
Okay.
You don't even know him.
And none of us have experienced anything of the McNutt situation.
Enough to speak toward her.
You can't speak to McNutt.
Exactly.
But you can tell us that you don't think Cameron is the guy that he is being said to be.
Exactly.
And we don't feel like we experienced him being in danger.
And you feel that now Cameron is a better guy than when he was not with where he's at. You feel like he has progressed.
He's progressed. Yes.
Okay. Well,
He ain't a better guy. He's just a different guy. Cameron is not a better guy. He's a different guy. That child is being manipulated, groomed, and everything. That's why he's getting the best of the life, because he's the chosen one. So, but no, he's not different. I mean, better. He's acting different.
only thing we can do is respect that. And I don't think you guys should be demonized or bullied.
Hey,
or
John, how are
for your
you?
perspective. And so with that being said, I thank y'all for coming on here. Do you have anything that you want to say as a final word?
Protect the kid's image, man. That's the biggest thing, man.
Yeah. And it should be about the kid and nobody else benefiting from it. And where anybody else benefit from
And
it.
I'm not sitting here trying to defend any type of sexual assault. It's wrong.
Someone, and I
You
want
know,
to understand.
basically
Nikita, I
are.
promise I'm coming to you in 1 second. I'm coming to you in 1 second, Nikita. 1 second, but I got to ask this one more question because I really didn't understand it. Crystal, how could someone benefit from this outside of getting justice?
Trying to get justice is one thing. If you know what you're talking about and you can actually help. But if you're just using it to try to get something out of it, like if you're trying to use it to get something out of it and benefit from it in any kind of way, I don't know what your purpose is. If the benefit isn't for just the kid, it's questionable.
It's bird brain, child.
But y'all, I struggle with it because you wait. So then the last question will be: does Crystal and Nikita know each other? Do you all know each other?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all so much for coming on. If you want to say anything further throughout the course of this case, you are always welcome to Investigate and Advocate to have a voice.
Thank
and
you.
Please hear me say these words. And people are going to be mad at me for saying, your truth is your truth. And you deserve to be able to walk in your truth. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. So some of the comments were pretty harsh. Obviously, a lot of people are upset. People are triggered and they feel things. But I thank you all for being willing to come and share your perspective. And all of these things typically go into helping get to the goal, which is justice. And that is what we will go after. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nikita.
Yes.
You may just be ghetto like me. You was all in that mother.
I'm sorry, guys. Audience, I am really sorry, but I do not condone stupidity, bird brain shit. And no, you are not going to discredit. My daughter has been going through and dealing with being abused and sexually assaulted. Her daughter, okay? Every time she comes to us, she embraces us and gives us love and tells us, thank you for being there for me.
This is the thing, Nikita, we cannot negate that that's their child and they got their own.
That's true. This is true.
So your fight is for your daughter. It cannot be for anyone else because they don't see a fight. And then we cannot be mad at them for having the feeling that they have for their nephew. That all of that made simple sense to me.
Yes, it does. Okay. That it's the same thing with me because my daughter even said the same thing. She said, I forgive him and I can't hold it over my head. I don't want him holding it over his head. It's exactly what my daughter said in her life. And you know what? I said, honey, you are super, you are supreme, you are amazing for even thinking, emotional intelligence, all of that, like that. She's forgiven him and she has she is in the attempt to move forward and move on. The only thing I was saying was that they need to help Callie do the same thing. And so it didn't look like they supported her in that. And so I'm upset at them because they really didn't support her. And so if they don't want to support her, that's their story. They're sticking to it. Okay. And like you said, I need to focus on my daughter and my son. My son was down there. He was also abused, humiliated. He was, showered with gifts. And so because he was humiliated, because he was showered with gifts and this pastor or apostle T.D. McNutt tried to groom my son, okay, and hurt my son. Yes, I'm going for the gusto. My son also witnessed Junior being abused, being hurt. So listen, we got to deal with this situation. This is what it's about.
What I want to know, the order of it. Did what happened to her daughter happen first and then the son? Or was it all, were they both there at the same time? Because it seems like one went before the other. And say the daughter experienced the assault first, and then she got an understanding, got an apology or whatever, and they moved on from it. Like she said, the daughter doesn't have a grudge against Cameron or whatever, but she still sent the son. For now she's saying that the son was abused. So I'm confused. I want to know the order of it. I wish Jedediah would have asked her that. Maybe he already know, maybe because he talked to her beforehand. When did the abuse happen with the son? Because later on in this live is when I said Nikita told on herself, because I believe that the son probably didn't know what happened to the daughter. I believe that's the order it went. It was the daughter, then the son. The son didn't know what had happened to the daughter, and the mama sent him anyway. And he that happened to him, so he has some type of animosity towards Nikita. That's why she said in the live that my son is, at the end when Jedediah asked her what she had to say, she was like, I just want to say thank you for my son is smiling at me because I'm defending him, because I'm finally I'm defending him. Like, wasn't you defending him from the jump? Did you not believe him? What why would he just now be happy that you are defending him? So like I tell y'all, this right here, I'm just gonna sit back, grasp it all in, listen to everything, see what the outcome gonna be before I come back and talk about it, because it's kind of got your mind all over the place, because you got this part over here, this part over here, this one coming out saying this, the guy that came out today that didn't really say nothing, he really didn't clear no air. He talking about he got to come back, tell a full story. Then you got, the son been removed, Cameron is still there, there's other kids still involved. So I think this is going to be a minute before it kind of like play itself out. So I think what I'm going to do, because I am confused, and it's just too much to go here and here and here to do a live, because even another content creator that's part of the community went live today, and he gave his opinion about it, and he spoke from that point of view as well. Like I said, with Jedediah being a bisexual man, seeing it from his lens. And then when I said that my god brother, who I said was able to pick people from a crowd and tell you who is who, even when you didn't think that person was, they can see it from their lens. They know they are people. So and then they can see through it, and they can see what they see in the kids, in these boys. So I think what I'm going to do is come back when it's all over and give my opinion and my perspective about it. And then maybe I'll be able to see and say, yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought. Because that one lady that gave Jedediah her information and said, well, she had sent them a few things, but she said that they were going to talk on the back end, and she the one who bust out Nikita as well, said the exact same thing that I had said before that lady even came on the platform, which, she certified my thoughts on it. So I just think I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to come back and give my opinion about it, my perspective, because a lot of them ain't right. None of these folks that has come out so far is really, out the woods to me. I think they all failed the children. Every last one of them. Nikita, everybody failed the kids. Hashtag save the kids, save the boys. That's my take on it. But I'm going to finish playing it. I want to get to that part where she said it at the end, when she said, my son is happy. And when the lady came on the platform and said what I said. Let's go.
About Junior needs to come from out of that situation. His mother doesn't care. She's being showered with gifts. She's watching and engaging in the humiliation with both Cameron and Junior. So, she tag team with TD McNutt to do Cameron. And I am going to say, I do believe to this day, right now as we speak, that Cameron is also a victim. Hurt people hurt people. He was probably victimized at home as well as with TD. He might have been victimized with TD McNutt, but I did see the humiliation aspect. So, maybe that's one of his tactics. Shower the guys with gifts and then tear their countenance down. But he's a psychologist. He should know better.
Give me a moment, Nikita, please don't leave.
Okay.
I didn't say I was Jenny Jones or none of that shit, Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, or even Oprah, or what's the new one, Jennifer Hudson. I ain't none of them. Hell, Jennifer Lopez have a show. So I didn't ask her certain questions that I asked them, and I'm getting an indicator that my people are telling me that I didn't do this balanced. I'm so sick of this shit. But we're going to keep going. I'm going to ask those other two to come back here for a second because I have to somehow balance this. But I do want to say that it appears as an update that we believe that we have been able to confirm that there is an active investigation that is being conducted. That the investigation that was initiated in December that led to the initial arrest of Apostle McNutt and his release that would then cause him after several months to then meet with Junior and do the video that have now gone viral across Beyonce's internet. That case was dropped due to a lack of cooperation. It is now my understanding from my team that there is another investigation that has been opened up due to the public pressure and new information. And as of right out, we are pleased to tell you that we are firm in our belief that Junior has been taken out of the care of out of TD McNutt, I think it's Tavarius McNutt, and an investigation is being conducted by Florida officials. So at this time, we believe again that Junior is not in the care of TD McNutt, that the authorities are actively investigating this case, and it is our understanding that that the young man that everybody, including us, are concerned about, has been put in the care of someone as a guardian by the mother's wishes. That person, I don't know yet. One second, y'all give me a second. I don't know who that person is. We're working on confirmation.
Claytza, how do you say that? Clatozo, I don't know how to pronounce that. Kaletozo. What do you mean? What am I talking about? Are you asking me what is my topic today, or are you questioning something that I said? Kalotso 3233. Can you answer that? Are you asking me what I'm speaking on today, or are you questioning something that I said? Okay, I'm gonna play this, finish playing it, and then I'll see if you respond.
Confirmations, but of course, that's stuff that we would not even put in the public if we were able to get it. Give me a second, y'all. Hallelujah. Glory to God's name. So that does give me a little bit of ease, and now I can get me some rest. Hopefully, we're just going to wait to continuously do our confirmations, but that is what we understand to be the case at this time. I did have a meeting with McNutt. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're trying to get this other group back on so that the other side of this, and then we're going to.
John Womack, welcome. I've never seen you in my chat. Kayla Latzo 3233. I've never seen you in my chat. If you guys are new here, welcome. And if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button and hit the like button for me, please. And I'm still waiting for your response. 3233.
Try to put a little balance into it. Uh-oh. Did I do that? Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, give me a second because I think I made a mistake and permanently banned them. I pushed the wrong button. Give me a second. Let's try that one more time. Can we try that again, please? I did push that button and I guess I might have messed up. Let's see. Golly. Woo. Nope, it will not do it. Okay, so I don't know what I did to them, but they cannot come back on. I messed up. We're gonna go to plan B. Give me a second.
Hey, Brittany Tanner Boo. Hey, how are you?
Whole conversation to this point has been messed up. It's obviously a lot of trauma, a lot of anger, a lot of fear, a lot of things that are going on. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. People only want to see the results, but they don't want to see the ugly shit that goes on behind the scenes. That's what I be in. That's what I be dealing with. That's why when I be crashing out, I be like, people don't understand why I be going so crazy, because this shit is not normal. Glory to God's name. I'm just playing. But what we gonna do? I'm a straight shit talker, and I
That's
need to get
good,
some
Brittany.
delivery. Hold on 1 second.
Good to see you.
We're gonna bring them back. We're going to Plan B, team. How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know what happened. My computer screen hating on y'all. So we're gonna bring Nikita back up. I promise you all I didn't do this on purpose, okay? But to bring balance, I have to ask you guys a question online. Are you all willing to speak to the public very briefly? Because we're not coming back to this once we end this live broadcast today. Are you guys willing to speak to the public at all?
What do you mean?
Answer their questions.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about answering questions.
Nikita, are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
All right, because my goal is to get to the end of this for Junior and not necessarily solve all the crises amongst the family, because y'all ain't paying me shit. And I love y'all and I want y'all to get where you got to go, but I ain't finna lie like nobody. I can't help it. My family is this. If y'all find somebody that can help y'all, please refer them to me so I can put my family in their app.
Brittany, let me tell you, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, I've been missing the little points here and there and stuff because it's so crazy and it's so much to take in. It's so wow that I think after tonight's live, because I just wanted to follow up from the other day when I went live, but and I wanted to touch on when Jedediah went live last night, because it was just something about Miss Nikita that just rubbed me the wrong way last night. And she kind of told on herself. Then at the end, of course, when the lady came on, she kind of, solidified what I was already thinking and said in the chat. So yeah, at this point, the ones that's done spoke and came out have all failed the children, okay? And including their own, to be honest. But I'm not negating that what happened to her daughter didn't happen and how it happened, but I still feel that she holds some type of responsibility when it comes to the son, because she knew about this man and she still allowed her son to go. Nakia is very, very angry, combative towards the aunt for some reason. And most people, when they do that, is usually underlying something that's not being said or spoken or hidden. And when she spoke and said that the son was happy that she talked, I mean that she's defending him, it just made a light come on, like, huh? What do you mean? Like, you just not defending him or something? Why would he feel that way? So yeah, so it's a lot of things. And then the guy that came out early later on early tonight just didn't come out and say absolutely nothing. Hogwash. So all these people. So what I'm going to do is just wait till this stuff is mended, see what the outcome is going to be, see who else finna come out the woodworks that's going to really tell what really happened and what's really going on with Pastor Freaky Nutt. Yeah, so that's what I'm waiting on, because right now it's just too much to be here and there and pulling it from here and this one talking about and all that stuff. It's just too much. My mind is crazy. So yeah. And it makes you not remember everything that I should have took notes, but it makes you not remember everything, that all the key points you wanted to keen in on. So yeah.
Y'all. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So with that being said, to the public, this is not even about to be long and drawn out. I'm going to give you guys a brief opportunity, because you all have been helpful and we've depended on the public quite a bit as well. So this is in respect to you and to bring balance to this right now. 605-472-5107. 605-472-5107 with access code 6392700#. You can come on and you can speak to these particular guests, and then I got to move on. 605-472-5107. Access code 6392700. As the church would say, come in your own way, but keep it respectful. Don't be getting on here disrespecting these people, because this ain't your shit. It's my shit, and this ain't your problem. It's their problem. And I will gavel your ass, and we'll get on your ass if you be disrespectful. All right.
Yes, Brittany, yes. And we can't put our kids in harm's way either when we already have suspicion about something. You can't do that. It's just like the R. Kelly situation.
We're going to give them a couple of seconds to get on. I'm really not trying to be an asshole or be funny or anything like that, but when this is all said and done, would y'all let me fly all y'all to come see me, and maybe we can all go to fucking Cracker Barrel or something? What's that? What's the other? Golden Corral. Can we all go to Golden Corral?
You go out the one on 159th?
Chris, where you from?
Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Okay, all right, that works. We can have you come to Golden Corral. I got a big security team. Ain't gonna be none of this arguing now. A couple of them police locked out.
Jedediah tried his best to diffuse that situation, but Nikita wasn't having it.
Carla, you are on the phone with this family. What you got to say?
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward from this part
I have
here.
a question for Crystal, and I believe her friend, her partner. So my question to them, they said that they don't notice anything about
that bullshit ass couple is insane. And Jay, you know what? I appreciate you and I love you real bad, because I've been harassing for the CPS. Hold on. I've been harassing for. Okay, y'all gotta get off this call. But Jay, I love you. Nikita, I love you. And
I love you too, baby. I love you too. Thank you all.
I'll speak to that in a second. I'm gonna take this last call. Carla, you have the floor. Carla, you have the floor. Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get on the call.
You are on the call with Jedediah, Crystal, and Nikita, and Crystal's man. What's your name, brother? Chris, Crystal, and Nikita. What's up?
Hey, Jedediah, I'm Cash.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Nice to meet you. I appreciate your work and your boots being on the ground. One thing I can say for sure is if I was ever able to be in close proximity of McNutt, I would beat shit down both of his legs. That's first things first. Secondly,
That's the thing about it. She couldn't speak to Junior because that's not our situation. But we can speak to Cameron and where he was and where she's and how she spoke about it. So everything's all good.
so do y'all
That's
not
really sad.
at the time though? Because you're not.
Yeah, Brittany, like I was like, why they didn't go drink some tea
And
or something before they came on? They should have rethought about the interview.
Telling you anything.
He could just be telling anybody anything. Or it could not be happening. Okay?
Then I'm going to say to everybody, I apologize.
It was the last caller for me. That last woman that came on, to me, was spot on. She knew a lot that she wasn't willing to say on the line on live, but she got it back with Jedediah. So I'm just waiting on Jedediah to come back live with what he's found since yesterday. I know he's here in Chicago right now for Reverend Jesse Jackson passing. So and I guess to also meet up with these people that he was on with last night as well. But yeah, I'm just waiting on him to go back live. But I know Jedediah, I know he really wanted to kind of go in on Nikita because she was kind of overbearing on the live, but he feels sorry for her.
Mother's care or his father's care.
It's only been 2 years.
I will have to.
He only been down there for 2 years.
I'm gonna have to end this, okay, Carla? Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. This is so difficult. There's so many layers to this.
So many layers, yes.
My team, and I'm looking at everything. My heart is broke. My heart is broke. I don't know what we accomplished tonight.
Right. This was a farce. It was supposed to be about, you know,
That this shouldn't even be your focus.
But you need, but I want you to hear me though. This is what I want you to hear me say.
It's really more than what this was.
Please just.
You guys are trying to shine a light on that.
Yeah, they was deflecting big time. They have been deflecting from the jump.
Because I understand this a different way.
They're definitely
Whenever
protecting Cameron and
someone that everybody felt was guilty.
Mac freaking
even
Nutt.
if it was with or without a trial.
We're not speaking of freaking Nutt.
Can you just hear me out for a second?
Yeah.
Whenever I've done that, I've been attacked. I've been called all kinds of names. You have to know that you are standing in your truth. And if this is your truth, I want you to tell it. But you just gotta hope that it come out that way. But I do want to also say that as I listen to this, I wonder if you all had the facilities or were equipped to dig deeper into things than you may have. That's the only question that comes to my mind. But I hear your reasonings. They make sense to me. I know certain things because of our investigation. I don't think that you all are saying this because you are trying to spin it. I think you guys really believe what you're saying. But I think that what I feel is that you may not have had the facilities to dig deeper. And one of the issues that I personally feel is that you all are equating these.
No, Brittany, I didn't get that. The couple was letting Nikita talk. They also listened and let Jedediah talk. Were they deflecting on the questions? Yes. Were they deflecting and protecting Cameron and Apostle McNutt, freaking Nutt? Yes, they were. But I will give them, they were allowing Jedediah to ask his questions before they respond. and they weren't allowing her to talk. Nikita was the one that was irate on that live. Like Jedediah couldn't even get, he was beating the gavel and everything because she was just, she came in full blown, like, just irate for no reason. Like, calm down, just get your point across, let them get their point across, rebuttal whatever they say. But all that hollering and screaming and cursing and all that stuff was so unnecessary to me. And to me, it was like she was doing that to cover up the truth. Whatever they said, she knew was the truth. And that's why she was so heated like that. That's just my opinion, because nobody was hooping and hollering on the live but her, period. And that lady at the end called her out. We already know the other couple, they for Cameron and Mac Freaky Nut. They for them. So they're gonna deflect on whatever the truth is. Everybody can see that, but Nikita, people is overlooking her fault because of her daughter's situation. This is the same thing that I see in the R. Kelly situation. Everybody has put the blame on R. Kelly, but R. Kelly didn't do it alone. He had accomplices, not saying that this is, the same extent, but I feel everybody that had hand in helping him with his situation, when it came to them people, them parents should be held responsible. They should be sitting in the jail next to him because they knew R. Kelly's record. They knew his past. Everybody knew it from way back with the young girl that's speaking out and wrote the book. They knew it from Aaliyah. So why would you entrust your young daughter with this man who is known, and then want to come out now and say, oh, and he took advantage and he did? No, you knew his reputation. Your daughter at that age had no business at an R. Kelly concert, first of all, and then trying to get no record deal. To me, the wife as well need to be in a cell next to him, period, point blank. They all need to be held accountable. Someone had a question for the other woman with the braids, and the couple, it's like the couple is answering the questions for her. Kind of, sort of, but I think they both were doing that, to be honest. Nakia was doing it too. When they was asking the couple the questions, she was answering it too. She was telling them they was nip nuts and they was weirdos and they was this and bird brain and all. She was just being really, really condescending and she was doing the most. So I won't just say it was the couple, I don't know if they weren't hooping and hollering because their voice wasn't there or whatever. I don't know, but including the parents too and R. Kelly. That's what I'm talking about. The parents need to be in the cell next to R. Kelly. His wife, his ex-wife, needs to be in the cell next to him too, because she knew that ish was going on. She stayed in it for the lifestyle and the money. No, she did not have Stockholm syndrome. No, she didn't. Period. And that's just my opinion. I knew R. Kelly and I knew his background, his reputation. There's no way I would have let my child alone with R. Kelly. Period. My daughter with R. Kelly. I don't care. And that's my boy and all. Cool. I love his music. I love R. Kelly, not Robert. So don't get it twisted. Two different people.
A more vibrant Cameron to him being a whole Cameron. And that is a concern. And the reason why I say that, and this is why I say that, because I asked you, now that you see all of this stuff going online, do you still feel the same? You all didn't even pause. You still do. And everything that we've seen should be concerning to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, but I don't think that is right for people to demonize you for your parenting. They don't know what you and y'all know in your home. And half the people on here probably got the same shit going on in their home. Because this is where Black people and some people are. So I hope that you all don't feel beat up. I hope that we can keep the lines of communication open. And I hope that we all are able to find a path to justice and truth. And I really appreciate y'all tonight for coming on and giving your side.
Thank you, Alex.
You all have a good night. Go get some motherfucking halls. It looked like Crystal, whatever you got, you gave it to him. Y'all can't even talk right. And so I know this was a push for y'all to be on here tonight. Go get you some water, get you some eucalyptus, and go take a nap. I'll call y'all tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get through this, because I'm gonna try to take all y'all to that damn buffet on 159.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, bye. They're not under criminal investigation. So
Brittany, you asking me, do I feel that P. Diddy and R. Kelly is the same? No, absolutely not. No, I don't. Two different. No, I don't. Nope, they're not the same. Do you think that R. Kelly and P. Diddy had trauma? I don't think P. Diddy did. I think P. Diddy was just a narcissist and just crazy. He was a narcissist and crazy. R. Kelly definitely had trauma. Definitely. Hurt people. I just think P. Diddy allowed his his narcissist trait, with him being thinking that he's superior and all this stuff. And he always, even they said when he was younger, always had that attitude to where, and maybe it was his mom, him being a mama boy and she spoiled him, and I don't know, but he always felt superior to people, where he felt he can talk to people any type of way, and and he just had anger issues for some reason. I don't know if I've never heard anybody say anything about P. Diddy's dad. So I don't know if his father was in his life. Maybe that could be the issue, that he was just strictly raised by his mom. Or if he's seen his father abuse the mom. I don't know. Maybe the mom was because even with the mom, she's upholding a lot of his ish. So yeah, I don't think R. Kelly and P. Diddy are the same. Two different situations. Because they didn't charge P. Diddy with everything that he did. He didn't get charged with everything. They only charged him with one thing. Like he didn't. I don't even think, did he get charged for the abuse of Cassie, or did he just get charged with the racketeering something, whatever? I don't remember. But R. Kelly had a lot more charges that he was charged with. That's why. And to me, R. Kelly is one that they made an example of. Mm-hmm. He was the first one to take the fall to be made an example of. But he had a lot. They charged him with a lot more things than they charged Puff Daddy for. That's what I believe.
I'm not going to do anything to try to criminalize or demonize them. For them to be willing to come on was great. Same thing with you. Everybody was heavy-handed with you yesterday. They don't know your truth. And so, yeah. What the hell? What's this? You good? Y'all trying to come back?
As I was joining this, so you didn't see it, I was trying to end the call.
Man, okay, you scared me.
No, he good.
You talking normal now. Don't be acting like that COVID-19 lady. Let me hear your normal voice. Goodbye.
Don't get your sassy ass on somewhere, dude.
Oh
said
my
so.
God, Nikita,
See, she was
you
doing
are
too
tough.
much. She was doing too much.
You are tough.
Okay, well, nobody
Okay,
said.
what man argues with a woman? Let's start there. Okay.
Jedediah.
I do.
Okay.
Oh.
But wait a minute.
She wasn't
You
expecting
may
him
be
to say that.
justified in something.
Video to prove it. I'll
You
show
cannot be
Huh?
I told y'all the other day, Jedediah would curse you out, your mama, your kids, the pastor, the president. He don't care. He'll curse you flat out. And when I tell you he will curse you out, he will curse you out, baby. And then I'll pray for you afterwards. But he will curse you flat out. So yeah, she wasn't expecting Jedediah to say that. And then she was just doing too much. I don't know.
I see. I agree with you. However, this is a situation you cannot like. What are we arguing about?
Well, what I don't know.
You was the one that was arguing.
Way off track, but when y'all be talking shit to us, we supposed to just.
You was the one that was arguing.
Listen, let me tell you something. I treat a gentleman. I'm gonna tell you. I treat a gentleman. I treat a king how they should be treated, especially if they approach me with respect.
Some people didn't say nothing to you, girl.
Well, I'm sassy as fuck. I need to that's why I get shit done. So with that being said, I get it. We can't argue with you, we can't fight you, we can't do nothing, but you gotta take it. Nikita, I want to thank you so much for being on here and giving us your time. I don't think either one of you all should be, you're not a suspect, you're not the focus. You guys have a difference of opinion, and I'm not about to make y'all the
Brittany, that's because R. Kelly, they took him down first. I didn't even really think P. Diddy was going to serve any time, to be honest with you. I really didn't. But, you know, he's serving some time. Do I think he got enough time? No, I don't. But with all the stuff that he's did, because that's a whole nother lie, because I think P. Diddy played a lot of parts in Puff Daddy, and Biggie and Tupac. That's why Biggie mom couldn't stand Puff Daddy. Biggie small mama could not stand P. Diddy at all. So yeah, but that's a whole nother lie.
Object of my affection. The internet's gonna do what it do, but stand in your truth and you see this through. Okay? Investigate, navigate,
okay. I do want to
go ahead.
say a few things.
Go ahead.
I did see Donnie Smith in there talking about my record and things. She kept spamming the comments. Yes, I was in prison 20 years ago. I don't have to bring up my rap sheet or what have you. I did things as a young age. I'm an adult now, and I take care of my children. Again, I ran a trucking company and made $2.6 million. I don't know anybody, especially you, Donnie, and your whole family, Crystal, Craig, all of y'all. Y'all can't fuck with me on my worst day, okay? So I don't know what are you guys talking about. You're trying to destroy my character. Listen, I will tell it all. I wear my heart on my sleeve, okay? I'm not embarrassed about my past. It's my testimony, honey. Get it. You need to get it. And then also, I do need you guys to still, if Junior is out, amen, we accomplished that. My son, he's hearing that I am defending him. And guys, I do want to report he is feeling a little bit better. He is getting up, moving around. I'm giving my son hugs and helping him to, you know, get himself on up and going. So thank you all for that. And let's continue to fight for the other guys that are now grown men. They were kids. There were young boys around TD McNutt, and now they're grown. Let's fight for them too, okay? So I love you guys, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you for believing in me. My heart is here. You know, I have nothing to hide and nothing to lie about. These people are crazy and narcissistic, and they try to, that's what narcissists do. They try to revert it back and make you seem like you crazy. But listen, I just went off on them, and I should not have a short temper like that. I should have calmed down, because I am a Christian woman. I love the Lord with all my heart. But there are some, Jesus ain't no punk, okay? Y'all got to know that. Jesus flipped over tables. All right, I love you all, and you have a wonderful
evening.
Jesus, thank you for having me.
Good night, Nikita. Thank you for coming on. So you guys, we're not going to do, I did not do a great job of moving this along. We have
Yes,
quite a bit of
Brittany,
people
I
who are expected
believe
to be
that
on,
they
but we're not
are
going to do it today.
part of the cult,
We
and
have
they're
the
part
church member
of
who is
his
going to be coming
the
on.
the
We'll try to
benefit
see if they'll come on tomorrow
of the
if they're
lifestyle,
still willing to
because
do it. And
Pastor
then we have one of the we got
Nutt,
we just got a few
he
things that
got
are coming
money.
up. I do
So,
want
and
to
he's
give you
got
guys
he's
some
got
updates
pull. So
really
yeah,
quickly, and I want to talk to you all about what we feel
they're
is going
related
on.
to
If that's
Cameron.
okay with you? It's an hour and 52 minutes.
Cameron
You want to
is
hear
already full blown in.
INA,
So
well,
yeah,
my perspective is since I've been in this, then you can put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, and you say, let's just do this another
okay, I'm going to
day,
skip past
then
this
we'll
part with
have you
Jedediah.
put a 5 in the chat. We're going to respect the chat tonight. The pastor, I have dealt with false accusations. That is why I handle this as intentional as I do. The problem is that we have not gotten to the point where we're going to be honest enough when the fact that this is a part of our society. And so what I believe that McNutt has done is he has, in order to try to become something greater than what he internally suffered, I think that he tried to become the authority, but he didn't necessarily finish becoming the student. Anybody can say they're a pastor or an apostle or a prophet or a teacher and be able to lead in front of church people, because all the requirement is the ability to gather people. But in the church world, especially the Black church, we don't want to.
That's because many are called and a few are chosen. Every pastor, bishop, deacon, whatever you see in these pulpits, not all was called, or was chosen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them just answered the call, whether they was rehabilitated from being a dope dealer or drug addict or whatever their tragedies were that they dealt with and overcame. So they just answered the so-called call that they said, but only a few are chosen when it comes to being in that pulpit. So that's what that is.
Talk about all of the topics. This is how we end up with predatory environments, because people are suffering in their truth and they're projecting on other people. Hurt people hurt people. I am not a clinical professional. I've never seen him as a patient. This is my opinion based on everything that I know and I've learned in this investigation. This man was forced to hide his truth, because if he didn't, he would not have been good enough to do what he aspired to do, lead. These individuals who were around him looking for healing were potentially around somebody that was broken or that is broken themselves. It's not that hard to figure out. These are the men who fuck in parks. These are the men who connect in bathrooms or in gym locker rooms, keeping secrets, and it is almost everywhere in 2026. And don't trick yourself, it is damn sure in America's churches' pulpits.
Sure is.
Sometimes very much so right in the pastor's office after a power-packed service. But nobody wants to have that conversation. I did say that, and I hope that if that offends you, that'll be your problem, not mine, because I live in my truth. Mr. McNutt is in our investigation. He is very controlling of the space. He has to stay on top of people who need him. So we began to study the median income of people who are attending this church to try to figure out the dynamics of who would follow a McNutt. And what I see consistently is a lot of lack. When you look at their pages, when you look at their backgrounds, when you look at their education, when you look at their income, I see that all he had to do was present himself as superior or able to get them from point A to not even Z, but B. They could have that confidence. Okay, let me not go too heavy on my opinion, but I'm going to just be clear here because my team is telling me that I need to stay on point. Literally, a gay man who did not get to live in this truth, who is literally lying to himself and the world, can only hurt the people who are under him. God does not need for you to pretend to be somebody you're not. He needs for you to be exactly who you are so that he can perfect those things that concern you. But we cannot get to the perfecting because people are not living in their identity. They're living in their fear. They're living in their aspirations. They're living in, so that is why when he talks, he's overly religious. Because if he let it down even a smidget, he ain't gonna be saying nothing religious. He will be saying, I won't da 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 da.
Right.
So when you look at somebody,
Right.
every
Yep.
other sentence, they gotta try to,
Yep.
they trying to make it all about their
overdoing it.
religion because they ain't able
Yep.
to talk in their identity because they're literally cloaking it with all of the stuff they done covered and masked it with. And
Yep.
that is what I believe that I'm dealing with here psychologically.
Yep.
When I talked to that individual, he literally,
That's what people
when
do.
I spoke to Mr. McNutt, he literally struggled with having a regular conversation without sounding overly churchy. So here is my point. When I spoke to him, he said basically that he honored me and that he respected me and that he was honoring the call of me wanting to talk to him. And this is another point of what I want to say. We want to be down that couple like we got enough safe spaces or enough teaching spaces in our community and in our society for people to even become what they need to be. What I feel like I heard was two young people who are covering based on the perception and the protection of their family, that they may not have gone deep enough into the situation to not only deal with it on a disciplinary, but the root cause, because I'm knowing for a fact that we all know for a fact that children don't play sex games. That don't just come out of nowhere. Ain't nobody thinking about freaking on nobody. That came from somewhere. So I wouldn't just even, I don't care if it happened a half of a time. I'm going to literally dive into where did this come from, and I'm going to do something to address it. But people don't know that because we don't talk enough about it because it's not a safe space. The whole time that we've been on this live, and I don't take this as something that I'm offended by, but when that family was going back and forth, this thing stayed at around 1,320 people. The moment that it started making sense and it's educational, and I started talking about the view of this, now we're down to 1,257. So as Black people, we need to understand two things. Number one, this is not something that we can let go away because we got something in our house. There's an elephant in our house amongst our men and the effeminating of our men and the same gender loving of our men and our women that doesn't have a place to go. There needs to be something that addresses this, not in judgment, but in holistic healing. I will never really identify as a Black man. I ain't got to wear no purse. I ain't got to wear no makeup, no nothing. Do whatever you want to do. I got to tell a lot of people that. But get this, I'm a man because I identify as a son of God, and my prayer is that I don't want to die bisexual. I want to die a child of God. But I'm not going to let a bunch of people who don't live in their truth try to help me navigate mine. And if this is wrong, where do I go? How do I process it? Who gonna love me? Where do I fit in? Is my voice valid? The moment that I said I was bisexual, 7 people who was on here that was Jedediah, and now they don't think that I'm viable enough to literally do what I've been doing for 4 days straight. Running my ass ragged trying to help save a child. Because they're ignorant, because they're biased, because they're hateful, and because they ain't gonna tell the truth. They got shit in their closet too. And this ain't a past. This is just me considering myself while I'm dealing with this case. That's why when I listen to two people argue, I'm able to listen to the real problem because I'm living in my truth and I can see a lie a mile away. We all want the people we love to be covered. I do believe that there's some mind control here. I do believe that there's some manipulation, but I also believe that this is literally people trying to protect their loved ones and their interests. And for that, they deserve to go to jail when it is a child involved, but let's not act like it don't happen. Ray, whatever her name is, she's been talking to me for days. My brother. All y'all saw all that. My brother. It was my investigators that discovered this not even his family. But y'all got her on there. My brother. Now I've been around him for 20 years. And then my question becomes, but did you be there every moment? Can you conclusively, literally say that this man ain't done X, Y, and Z? No, you can't. So you have limitations. I'll deal with you based on your love, but I'm also not going to ignore your limitations. That's how you do an investigation. I'm not stupid. You know why all these people feel safe talking to me? Is because I respect them. I don't invalidate them. I'm trying to hear them, but I'm trying to hear it all, not just what I want it to be. We got to stop doing that. I'm sorry, team. I'm in a tangent and I can't help myself. But let me say this. He said, I cannot make any decision. I said, how could you not make a decision? And then you told all of us you was a co-parent. Now I understand there's an investigation potentially. So that's why I said there's things that I got to process. That's what I was saying. McNutt said, I said, I want to speak to Junior. He said, well, I can't control that. I can't make that happen. And I'm like, what? You're his co-parent. You said that this was your son. Now all of a sudden you ain't got no voice. Now I get it. Son's not there. So the public, if I would have just got on here, he told me I can't see Junior. What the fuck? I'll be just as ignorant as the people who will never get the privilege of being a real advocate, because you got to be patient. This is why they don't give public information, because the public don't know how to process stuff and be patient and look through it and dissect it and deep dive. And literally, let me tell you the difference to be able to do that. You got to literally give it your time. Most people ain't giving this shit no time. Y'all giving this your opinion. And you don't know nobody involved and don't even give a fuck. And half y'all only responding in your own trauma because you didn't hold your villain accountable. Now you want to make everybody else your villain, and you want to beat their ass down to the ground. And that's not how we get to the conclusion. So anyway, and I don't care who don't like it, because guess what? You're watching my shit and I'm not watching yours because they are here, not there. I got to know something. And the church is pussy as fuck because they see this going on, and the church want to keep on shouting, and the church want to keep on raising money, and the church want to keep on preaching about other stuff. And guess what? This is right in the center of the church world. This literally impacts the gospel industry. Gospel industry figures are literally involved in this, but they ain't saying shit, hoping that this will blow over and literally lawyer the fuck up. I called one of the gospel artists that I know connected to this personally because I know him. And they was like, man, I don't want to do nothing. I don't got a comment. I don't want nothing to do with that. I got you in pictures, nigga. I know who you know. And you don't want to talk about none of it, but then you want to get in front of a group of people and talking about God calling them to be an overcomer and the victor. The reason why we cannot let this go is because church culture don't want to do what Christ did. They want the business. They want the glitz, but they don't want the service. In sense, I don't think y'all. So tonight I came on here because I want y'all to get this. It ain't just about putting shit on the internet. You got to get into this, and you got to get deep into it, and you got to be willing to make a motherfucker uncomfortable. I told them in the state of Florida, if you close this case and it is not a basic motherfucking report that gives the general public the understanding that you did it right, I'm going to be, if I got to be there by my damn self, right outside DCFS, I'm going to call foul, and I'm going to call every motherfucker I talk to. So now they like, we don't want him down here. We don't want him down here. We don't want this problem. I said, I will make it. I'm going to crush your nuts and everything I can figure out. I had a person in law enforcement tell me, it's different around here. And I said, bitch, I'm a Chicago, and everywhere I go, I've been seen and toured almost every jail in every state I've been into. And I heard it was nicer down there in Florida. But what you don't want is to put a nigga like me in no jail, because I'm going to organize the inmates. Oh, Mr. Brown, we'll get you a conversation and tell you what, we can't speak much to the public. I ain't the public. I'm an advocate and I'm a child of God, and I'm not playing. So do you want to still tell me that you're not going to tell me something? So now me and my team can tell you there is an active investigation, and apparently Mr. Jr. is not in the care of Mr. McNutt at this moment. But we do know for a fact that he is in the care of somebody that the family chose. Does that make me feel confident? Nope. Because everybody testifies that this young boy made his own decision to come online, and now all of this is happening and we don't get to hear nothing from him. I'll buy it when y'all put it on discount, because the damn shit too high right now. You do not, in the wake of this much public scrutiny, get to tell me now we gonna take this behind closed doors. You should have did that the right way when you did it the first time. So now the public who pays the taxes of this government demands a transparent, fair, independent investigation. I can literally keep going on and on and on, but I'm trying my best to stay on task here. So that is, now let me show y'all something. Nikita said, I want to do, because her business is impacted. Y'all like her so much, but then here you go. So Nikita sent me a message, and I said, well, what do you need? She says, I want to go and do a job. That this is the license. It's $199 with no experience necessary to get this license. Okay, so if I send her the $200 out of what y'all gave, what does that leave me for the security staff, for the investigations, for the travel, feeding the people, housing the people, connecting with all these witnesses, giving money for tips, having private investigators? Shall I continue lugging equipment, getting equipment, literally being in danger? Huh? Can I get somebody to tell me? And then there you go, somebody say, well, what about $2.6 million? As an advocate, I've had well more than $1 million, and I don't got $1 million in my bank account. We don't know, but I don't give a fuck. I didn't get in this hoping that everything was gonna be perfect. I got in this hoping that I would navigate it and get through to the truth. Give them all some damn money if it's gonna get us to getting Junior the way it needs to be. I don't give a fuck. Just say you don't got none to give. Don't give it. But if you do give it, and if you didn't, then shut the fuck up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm prefacing this. As we progress in this case, this shit finna get messy, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna get messy. The reason why it's gonna get messy is because I believe that this is a narcissist. This man literally said he didn't want to make any public comment, but now when the news contact him, he on there talking about some stay high and sovereign something.
See, even Jed know that he's a narcissist. And I said that. And if you go on Apostle McNutt page, he posts a lot about narcissism. He posts everything about narcissists. Narcissist this, narcissist that. If a person does blah, 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 narcissist this. If you go on his Facebook page, you will see a lot of posts about narcissists. And most people that do that is kind of like BB from the sector. When she does that, she's always deflecting, and she's really talking about herself. But she's making it seem like, I mean, she's talking about somebody else, but she's really mirroring herself. That's a reflection who she is, not necessarily who she's calling that to. And this guy does the same thing. He put these posts like he's describing someone else, but he's describing himself. When y'all get a chance, go to let me see. I can't pull it up now because I got Jedediah on here. But if you go to his page, and you'll see a lot of posts Go through his pictures or whatever, and you'll see a lot of posts of him posting about narcissist this, narcissist that, narcissist this. And he's nothing but a narcissist. Jedediah just called it.
When I talked to Mr. McNutt, or when Mr. McNutt first interacted with us, he said, I'll meet with you, but these are my, what did he say? These are our demands or our boundaries or something like that. Those came from his sister. And I read those boundaries and I said, does anybody want to try a humble approach? We only meet for 1 hour. It'll just be me and you. We're not going to fight each other, cuss at each other, overtalk each other. I am not going to be addressed this way or that way. And I can't think of all of the demands, but I read the demands, and my first thing that I said was, oh, you are not any law enforcement official or any media person. I'm like, well, shit, then just say you don't want to meet with me. Don't get in this motherfucker telling me who I'm not. Because I could just get on the internet and talk shit about you. I really don't have to interview you. I had to tell him, when he got done talking to me, sir, I am not interested in doing your PR. If you want to come on and talk, you can talk, but you're going to ask the tough questions. I had to correct him real fast. He then said, I mean no disrespect, but it tells me that he really believes in his mind that nothing is wrong. At the very minimal, let's say that he didn't do it as far as people assume.
Brittany, he said it too. In order for you to seek help and in order for you to take accountability, you have to first recognize that you play a role in what's going on or that you have an issue. You're not going to seek help or accept help or admit to anything if you don't see any wrong in what you're doing. If you feel that you haven't done anything wrong, it's just like a person that should apologize to somebody, but they won't apologize because they know in their heart that they didn't do nothing wrong. They feel that they didn't do anything, even though they did. So it's hard for them to apologize, or they'll come up with or they'll say, I apologize, but because they still know they don't feel they did anything wrong. I'm not wrong in this. I didn't do nothing. That was such it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's it. So he just said that again, what I said.
That he did it. That shit on them videos is undeniably wrong, foul, and is weird and fucking, some of it is plain old sick. The public humiliation of children is definitely one.
Definitely public humiliation with watching them kids outlaws.
I have to acknowledge the fact that he was speaking to me because it's 1,200 people on here. He can't rule us out because guess what? We've demonstrated enough stability and enough sense and enough mental capacity to be viable. Thank you for that. Now, we have several individuals involved. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place. I have notes here, but fuck them notes. We have several individuals involved. I've talked to the father's side. We're trying to coordinate because one of my objectives is get the father's side to speak with them. Mr. McNutt also didn't understand who the fuck that he was talking to. He said the mama and the daddy both are in agreement with me being the co-parent. I said the mama and the daddy, huh? When you last time you talked to the daddy? Because I'm finna talk to him in a day or so. He was like, well, yeah, they agreed that I should do it, okay, but they ain't agreeing with it now. So let's talk facts and let's not play wordplay because Jedediah ain't the one. He didn't disrespect me. He didn't raise his tone. We didn't argue. He simply said, I said, I want to speak to C. Jr. He said, well, I don't have the authority. I challenged that, and I didn't understand it at that moment. I thought he was just basically trying to.
I'm going to fast forward.
Again,
I'm going to get to the lady.
Junior's moved out of his care, then that was true. I couldn't react to it. I had to figure it out. And you not knock needed, nigga. But with all these boys, and that's the other thing, all these women, here's another thing that I want to say. The amount of women involved in this that's telling me, I just wanted somebody to be a mentor to my children. That's an indictment on the men of our community. Where the fuck y'all at? While y'all doing all this shit talking, where the fuck is the men? Because if the only type of reference that they can find is a man who is feminine, which doesn't automatically become a disqualifier, but if
This when he got the call about Jesse Jackson.
let me wrap up. 7, not an altar call. That shit is funny. 605-472-5107, access code 639. We're finna send, so it looks like some people did contribute just so I can be there. And once again,
You have a strong faith in God. But sorry, I'm just like real trembling right now. But this is all like real triggering. I feel that. Yes.
you will be a blessing if you do take or consider at least one of the things I said. And so I appreciate you calling, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. First time calling was amazing. First time calling, that was amazing. 2461, you're on there. I'm gonna take these last 4 people and then I'm gonna get off. You got the floor.
Hello?
Hey, you on there?
Hey, I've been trying to get on since before. I'm so triggered and irritated by this case. And I just want everybody to really see it for what it is. This is beyond being a church. This is beyond being any type of congregation. At this point, this is a cult. We have a man who is taking God, who's taking spirituality, and he's leading people to do these egregious, I don't even know what to call this, these egregious things to children, and people are following him. This has been a thing since before the end of time. We have people like T.B. Joshua from the Synagogue of All Nations, people like Shannon Sue B. Van from California. This one happened 6 days ago. We found out about this in California, where a cult leader is molesting and raping young girls. This is a cult. Like, how do we get... And I heard you say
exactly. That's what I said too, like, Brittany. A cult.
Connections with like
they're acting
the
cult-minded
government in Florida or whatever it is, and having some type of connection. But it's like, how do we as the people get the government to see like what this is and get them to like do?
I said earlier, Brittany, in the live that this situation kind of reminds me of Ruthless. Tyler Perry showed the Ruthless, like when that couple was up there speaking, the auntie. Look the way they were dressed and the hair, they looked just like those actors from that show, Ruthless. And that's what it kind of appears, this situation appears like everybody came out telling something different. Their view of him was different, just, I don't know, just weird. There's something weird about the whole situation, just weird. Just seemed like it's something cult-like. Just seemed cult-like.
Something like I can't even believe like this is a thing right now.
Well, we're going to keep on monitoring this and applying the pressure, but I think that there is no real way to get around this right now, because the power of community is the strongest power. And if the only way that power is experienced is between the communication between the government and the church, then that's just what it's going to be. This man only had about 20 members in his church at most, and he might have rewritten legislation that governs adoption. Think about that. It's his title of being a pastor. Think about that. Those are the people who show up to community meetings and gatherings. Those are the people who politicians connect with to get their messages out when they're running. Think about that. The way that we address this is multi-layered, but it is all of our fault that we've allowed the church to become the number one institution that governs our or that interacts with our politics, and it doesn't have our participation. 20 members. Now, I've not been able to find a license. We have not been able to verify his degree. But if he was able with less than 20 members to be respected enough to govern or to write legislation that govern a state, then that tells you the power of people, which means if you don't know the neighbors on your block, you'll never be able to do anything about this. Okay? But right now, I got 250
in your inbox. So because even just this stuff online that, we're all a part of and what you're doing, even that has him shaking. I don't think these people are coming because they want to. I think he's sending them. Them two crackheads that you had on the live earlier, that couple, he probably sent them. The mother the other day, Ray Nell, he sent her. He's definitely sending his people to try to help clean up his image. This has him shook. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get bigger. And we're not going to stop. And I'm behind you 100%. And if I wasn't scared to go to jail, I would want him to the floor and I would have tore his ass up.
And I think that, again, we have to see Junior through, but we don't stop there because we need to find a way to talk about this in the church's culture, because this is not an isolated incident. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for having me.
The views and opinion expressed by the guests is not necessarily that of investigating advocate nor Jedediah Brown. I have not been able to confirm that those two individuals who was on here are on any drugs or any substance. So that would be a matter of opinion, and all things made on this thing is allegatory, as we know that there's a presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. I don't know that they're crackheads. Last caller, you got the floor.
Yes, hello.
Yep.
So I won't say my name, but just to give you a reference to who I am the person that sent you the flyer in your inbox on last night.
The one that I just showed.
I was on mute. Sorry, Brittany. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. The same with R. Kelly. That the parents, they allowed all this stuff to happen. They agreed with everything. They didn't have an issue with it all the while until the money stopped. When that money stopped is when they started talking. They started, saying, oh, he did this and he did that. Oh, he stole my child. He did. When nothing said when the money was flowing is when that money stopped. At the end of the day, money talks, bull walks. You have people that will literally sell their children for money or for a certain lifestyle. They would sell their child to live a certain lifestyle. You'll sell your soul for a certain lifestyle. So it's not unheard of,
Showed on the screen.
Say it one more time.
The one that I just showed on the screen about I almost married a man.
Yes. So I'm the person that sent you that flyer.
We appreciate it.
but because of the capacity that I operate in, I prefer not to give my name. But first, I want to say, like, just so everyone knows, like, not to take the stance to generalize the church based on the behavior of someone who is using the church to hide their behavior, because all churches aren't that way. So just so if a person just doesn't want to go to church and always, you know, one of the reasons to say I don't want to go to church, then they'll look for anything to say, this is the reason I don't go to church. But I just want to say, let's not brand all churches based on the behavior of one particular ministry. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, you mentioned, I kind of came on your live late. You mentioned about Junior possibly being relocated but not having any information on that. But because of his age and the truancy laws in the state of Florida, he has to go to school. So sometimes we kind of look at the big scope and miss the small things. And one thing about children, they talk to other children. So maybe take the angle of talking to other parents and having those parents to talk to their children. And sometimes you can get more information from the children than you do the adults, because he has to go to school. If he misses more than 15 days in the state of Florida, the parents get locked up. So maybe switch the angle in which you're looking. And also, something I wanted to say, as far as you saying about being boots on the ground in Florida and moving the needle, one thing that he kind of skated by in his live video, he did the video with Junior, there was a key point that he mentioned. He looked at the mother and he said, the district attorney still believes I did something. And he skated past that and continued the conversation. So sometimes all you need is one person who is looking for something to put pressure. I would say connect with the district attorney, because the district attorney still believes he is guilty. All you need to do is make the right connection with the right person, and all you need is one person on your side, and you have a go. I could say more, but I have to talk to you offline because of the capacity that I operate.
You are very much so spot on, and that's why we appreciate you. You have already done a lot, and you are hitting a lot of nails on the head, and you're on track. And so we can continue to coordinate and communicate with you. I'll be very proud, because I do believe that we will be able to get somewhere. Got a lot of amazing people helping out.
Yes, sir. Now, I'm off of social media, so I've taken down my social media accounts that are supposed to be deactivated for some reasons. Some people found out some things that I was operating with to help out in some situations, and I can't have clients being able to track me personally. So I can't reach out to you on social media, but if there is another means to contact you, like an email address or whatever, I don't mind connecting with you to kind of help your effort. There's some other information I can give, but I just can't give it on this video.
Okay, so I got to figure that out, Queen. We're working on that as well. Yeah, we're working on that as well. This has become way more than I expected, so we may end up getting a dedicated line for this. So people have people have been contributing on here, and I'm grateful for it. And people not doing all the goofy stuff that normally happens. And so I'll probably take these resources to create greater infrastructure. So a dedicated number probably will be one.
And also, I want to say to you before I go back and watch your interview of the mother. I think it was maybe Junior's stepmother, Craig's ex-wife. Go back and watch that interview yesterday. Watch it very close, and there's some things you're going to notice. But I have to point that out to you when I'm off of the live. But go back and listen very carefully to that interview.
To an interview with who?
The interview that you did, I think it was on yesterday, with the mother who had the door, I think Cameron's stepsister. Was that the mom that you interviewed yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I need you to go back and rewatch the interview. pay very, very close attention to the interview. You're going to pick up on some things, but I'll share that with you when we're off the live.
Okay, so that
if
means
you have a website where I can, do you have a website with an email address or something where I can look you up?
we have an email address where you can message me your contact information, investigateinadvocate@gmail.com. Investigate, letter N, advocate@gmail.com. You can tell my team that you are, I think my team will know how to authenticate. So just send me your information, and when we get a phone line or something, I'll reach out to you, because I do know how much you have been helpful to our investigative team.
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Good work.
All right.
You're welcome. Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right. 3 hours and 4 minutes has been dedicated to this live stream. I think in the interest of transparency, I need to tell y'all what is going on, because ain't nobody ever gonna play with my name. Okay? Never gonna play with my name. There's been a total gifting of $514 that have gone to this account.
So yeah. So whoever was listening to the lady and she said for Jedediah to go back and listen to the live, even though he did the interview, it was his platform, he probably missed some things that were said too. And so because you're hearing so much, and it's just like, so much to take in, that it slipped by him too. So if y'all haven't went back and rewatch what the lady was talking about, go back and rewatch. Do you think that the woman that's still in with R. Kelly, why do you think that they don't talk to their parents because of the money? Yeah, well, because they really know what the parents did, Brittany. Jocelyn, she knows what her parents did. She know that her parents basically sold her to R. Kelly for a lifestyle. They wanted her to be in the industry so that they can live their lifestyle and get the free concert tickets and, get to say that they know a celebrity and, they're in the presence of a celebrity. Because there's no way you can tell me in 2000 and 2K that nobody knew R. Kelly's reputation. Nobody knew about, him at the McDonald's and people saying he's scoping young girls at the high school, and, the situation that went down with Aaliyah, or, with the other young lady now that wrote the book, the toilet seat meme that everybody, made fun of, even with her. So Aaliyah and them parents should have known from that situation. They were already in the music industry. They should have already heard about it. They knew it was true. So, yeah, I just blame them all. They all, Aaliyah parents and her uncle, Hank, Barry Hankerson, he failed her. They all failed Aaliyah. Them kids' parents failed them. And of course, so Jocelyn, she still, I don't know if you consider it Stockholm, but I don't consider it Stockholm, because R. Kelly has been gone for how many years now? She's been away. She has an opportunity to go seek therapy, go back to her parents, go back to her family. She has not done any of that. She's still out here defending him. She said that she's the only one that goes to visit him, and that they're gonna get married and have kids or whatever. So it's just more to it than what we see and know. Do I think it was orchestrated to take Kelly down? Yes, I do believe it was orchestrated. And it was kind of funny that it was orchestrated by a young man that was a so-called attorney that got the ball rolling with all the surviving R. Kelly and all that stuff. And then he ended up being the one that ended up going to jail before he ended up going to jail too. He's in jail right now for what do you call it? Embezzlement. So his closet wasn't clean either. He had skeletons. But I believe that he was in cahoots with the Kelly. The money stopped, or whatever situation they had going on, it stopped. And that's when he went against Kelly. But yeah, so it's just, it's just one of them things. Everybody played a part in it. Kelly didn't run that situation by himself. He had people that would book tickets, that booked flights, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel that it's unfair that he's the only one sitting behind bars. I think the parents need to be behind. They should have served some type of time. Maybe not all the time he's serving, but they should have served some type of time. I do believe Mrs. Kelly, it should be. She should have served some time too. While she out here twirling and all that stuff, she ain't innocent. She is not innocent. She's a clout chaser, because people don't even realize that she got remarried. She had remarried a Chicago guy, and they end up getting a divorce because he was looking for clout too. He married her for the clout because he was trying to get into the industry, but she married him. Why she still holding on to the Kelly name? Because no one would know her without the Kelly name. Nobody wouldn't have known who she was without holding on to the Kelly name. So that Kelly name holds weight. No different than a saga. LaTruth name held weight. I don't care what nobody did. I don't care about what they were selling and what they were doing and all that stuff. His name held weight because he was the star, not them. So yeah, so it's the same thing. But anywho, that's a whole nother live that I can go in on about R. Kelly, my opinion about that. Like I said, I still am a fan of R. Kelly's music. You can have an issue with that. I'm a fan and will always be a fan of the artist. I'm not a fan of Robert Kelly. I'm a fan of R. Kelly. You cannot take away the man's artistry. He was a bad man when it came to the music. And I feel if you're going to stop playing his music, stop playing every other hit that he made for everybody else. From Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, all those people that he wrote hits for, Celine Dion, all them. Stop playing those records as well, because he wrote those records. The Isley Brothers, all them. He wrote those hits. So if you're going to stop playing his music, stop playing all the music that he ever wrote. And that's just my opinion. But anywho, I'm out of here. Thanks for those that came in. Thanks for those that peeked in. I hope when you peeked in that you hit the like button for your girl. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to come back and talk about this story anymore. I'll leave that up to the other content creators that's already discussing it. And I'm just going to sit back, watch, see what's going on. And then I will come back and give my commentary and my perspective on it. Because at this point, it's just too much to gather in your brain. And just, it's just too much. So, and my brain is already short fused because I got so much other stuff in my brain with my busy life, with what I got on my plate and all the other new things that's going on. I can't hardly absorb it in my head. So, I would definitely have to take notes because I can't. I feel like I'll be all over the place. But anywho, thank you guys for coming in. All the ones that came, all the ones that stayed, the ones that came in late. Please, if you didn't hear the beginning, please catch the beginning. Hit the like button, subscribe. And don't just subscribe just to subscribe. Be a supporter. Come in, say something. If you don't like me, just say something too. I don't care. Just like the other person came in and asked, what was I talking about? They never did answer me and tell me what did they mean? What was I talking about? Are you talking about what I said? Or were you asking what my topic was about? They never did respond. I've never seen them before, so I guess they were just trolling me. But which just cool too. Hey, but anywho, thank you guys so much. It's late, and I'll see you. I might be on the branches, as Sis Dawn say, branch 10, because Dawn got 8 on lock, so I might be on branch 10. You just never know. I might just peek in and say, hey, boo, whatever. But I talk to you guys later. Okay, great live, Andrea. Have a good night. You too, Brittany. Thank you. Mwah.